Àti tó wá gbé ó tó wá gbé yòyòyò gbé yòyòyò ó wá gbé ní mo gbé yòyòyò ìyá jọjọ. Ẹ ló bí ọ̀nà kan náà gba tó lọ bí ẹ kàn ń yẹn lẹ̀ sàn ìyá gbẹ́lẹ̀ dàgbà wọn tó owó nọ́lá bí ẹ yòyòyò kàdé wù yòyòyò kàn já gbẹgbẹ rẹ o yéyé àti gbé tó gbé ìyá gbẹ. Tẹ̀lé kọjá yóò kájà fo ní tòlán. Bí abẹ́rẹ́ láti wá pé tòlán, ọ̀nà ju bí wọ́n lè sàn bí. Káyọ̀dé yẹ yòyò, káyọ̀dé yẹ yòyò, káyọ̀dé wòye mú ẹ̀wọ̀, káyọ̀dé yòyò. Bọ́dọ̀ gbà bọ̀dọ̀ gbẹ̀dá o, kàwé ní ìjà bò mọ̀ mọ́ ọ̀wé àgọ́. Bàtọ́ bí a máa wẹ̀ ọmọ pé wẹ̀ yó, mú ìbọ̀ àwọn yó. Tó wá pé ẹ̀ o. Ọmọ ju bí ọjà ọ̀sán bí ẹ. Sọ́ọ̀sì ara wẹ̀ sàn kọ́. Rato, ija nja soro wa so ja kana bokura me o wala e ma o inwe yo de bra mu o inwe yo to gbe ah mo de ga ba mo amu tam de ba o alma de ga ba o na ga yo ka de wu yo ka ende ya yo ka da bi ya yo. Yabulẹ̀ ni ọkẹ́ ọ̀gbìn àná ìyẹn abẹ́ ni òpá fúlájì bọ̀. Ó máa ń ṣe rọ́bùtà kéde wá nyára lè gbé ọ̀sà bá ìwọ̀. Ìmọ̀ akẹ́ ìmọ̀ àbá ìdìdì yẹ ìmọ̀ ẹgbẹ́ kàn án gbẹ́ bá ọ́. Òwú ẹ̀ pẹ̀lú ọ̀sùn òjì. Tòwú ẹ̀ sọ̀dí rẹ̀ kọ́ni tó gbẹ́rù ọ̀pọ̀ ẹ̀ sọ̀dí rẹ̀ gbé yòyò. Àdínlẹ̀ wẹ̀ wá wò lọ yẹ wò ló yẹ kí n kàn án wá ọ̀pọ̀ àmọ̀ bí alẹ́ sùn nínú. Pàtó bí a máa ń gbà ọ̀nà pé pé yó. Ajáàjò ọjà o. Ẹ̀sùn bí agbá ẹ̀ wá pa àkọ́ni. Ìgbé ọba ọ̀la tó gbọ́pọ̀ ẹ̀sọ̀ yẹ ọ̀la ní mi ẹ̀dẹ́ ìgbé. Ẹ̀sùn bí agbá pa ẹ̀ wá pa. Yẹ ó sàkó ẹ̀ ó nà fẹ́ sàyẹ pé ó sàkó yìí. Ìsàkó yìí ni ẹ̀gbọ́n yìí ẹ̀kọ́jẹ̀ kìbì ẹ̀ parú. Ìmọ̀lẹ̀ yàjà gbọ̀dí àná ẹ̀kọ́jẹ̀ kìláyìn gbẹ̀wẹ̀. Èdè káyìn náà yóò àtẹ̀wé pàṣẹ pẹ̀ àjọ. Lóbi bí àná kàná gbá ó. Jígbà gbàgbé pàdé kò rẹ̀ ó. Àjálẹ̀ ó yí ó. Àbàgbé. Yòyò gbé yòyò. Ìgbẹ́ pẹ́ gbọ́pọ̀ ẹ̀ sọ̀ yí ọ̀la. Ọdún mi àìdé ìjìnlẹ̀ ẹ̀sùn bí apá ẹ̀ wá pa. Yẹ̀pẹ́ yẹ. Lédè kúrán lè tó dé. Lédè tó àwé. Yóò sì bí ẹ̀ wọ̀. Ìbò ẹ̀gbẹ́ yẹ ẹni wọ́n fún wa. Yẹ máa tó ní ẹ̀tọ́ ọmọdúnwó. Wọ́n wá dẹ̀sán mo ní àgbà ayọ̀ ọmọdúnwó. Àbúrò ọmọdúnwó. Yánú lè di yọ. Yánú lè di yọ. Wọ́n ní yọ. Àgbà ayọ̀.
Tie monsieur Yola ndem kai eni nyo sa wona moi kai tie monsieur ao tobnyo ala no andao tie monsieur
We are also flowers and one are you on Basson. Yeah, you are well. You want me on with Ramba Moyo. So that Jaja Dikio, no Babio, Jaja yo. I'm going to buy you. Yeah, ma, at the moment. Yapula to you, to land. You're going down the Modia. You're right, buddy. Who was to get to here? While we're not here, while I do here. There you are, in the blood days out. Without more blood, fellow. We don't get days I want that on a jam. You want to work for the blockade. In what one, no man. In one, no man. They just over. They just now, bed back at you. It was to fall a bed here. Yaba to away. Moju, Nayo, what the ammonia by you. You know, by ammonia by you. Moto ammonia by Moju. To Ababo, Nayo. I'm not your neighbor. What again? How here, whenever that I'm on the way. More by the young, I want to go from my business. So, I didn't know. I got a whole you. Zaya, what you? Yeah, but I told her, when they get it. What up, we are young, we are definitely one. They must have learned, yeah, we have to. Yeah, you know the one, yeah. So, that's the players now. Montongo, they know that you know, Montongo. We are not bad to let you. They bad to. They are one, no one, and one, they are about. You know, they want to be about here. Now, most of them change you. Come on, can solo, but no, they are one that I'm on your way. You are over now. Yeah. But I'm on your way.
Ah, yes. From time to time, we have to do that. Oh, ma biokri na mo ruwa mo sense so tobri am for there some when play way am for there some blombli mon go you in front di mo ruwa wo mo guy mo Samson to folks, sometimes you have to go through there. Thank you. I thought that was wonderful myself. But anyway, thank you very much for joining us this evening. We're going to have fun. We're going to have fun as usual. But anyway, thank you, folks. Thank you for joining us. We're going to have fun tonight. You have to know where you're coming from to know where you're going. Because you don't just get and get here. You come from somewhere. Why you don't want to know where you're coming from? What's your name? Samson To. From Toll Town, Biai Clan, Biai Chiefdom, Basson District, Grand Jira County, Republic of Liberia. Hey, who's going to forget that one? I beg you. Anyway, thank you, folks. Thank you tonight. It's going to be a very wonderful time. We're going to have fun with all of you here tonight. Thank you very much. Okay. Lord Jesus, we want to thank you again this evening for bringing us together. Lord, we thank you for your mercy. Because of your mercy that we're able to do this thing. Only through you that we're here. Because of the mercy and whatever you pour on us, keep us here. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. Can you imagine men have control of Samson's life? They were squeezing. But you, God, you have control. And he said, but that's my son. You look at Samson too. He said, that's my son. And you continue to pour mercy upon us. We can only come through you. Through your son, we're coming to you. We say thank you. Lord Jesus, we pray for everyone. And we will continue to pray for each other. Lord, we have a disease out there that is deadly. Some of us have to work. They say disease here, this, but we still have to work. Lord Jesus, you know We're not doing it because we want clothes or we want material things. But Lord Jesus, you know we the diaspora. We have two tables. One table here in the diaspora, another table back home, where we have to work and make enough money to put food on both tables. And that's why we take this over time. That's why we stay to work. Even if the disease is there, but we know with our faith in you, you will bring us home safely. And you continue to do that. We say thank you. Thank you, my Lord. We praise your name. In Jesus' name. Oh, before I go, Lord Jesus, continue to bless our country. Bless our leaders. Give them wisdom. And Lord, bless our host country as well. In Jesus' name, we all say amen. Thank you. All right, folks. Let's get it going. Let's get it going. Thank you for joining us. Those of you that are just joining us, we say thank you very much. We appreciate it. It's a wonderful, wonderful thing to do. Sometimes to get in a spirit. I got dressed. I was getting ready to post on Yama. My wife said, no. You're going to wear that. This is what you're going to wear. This is what you're going to. And I appreciate that because I think I look good. But anyhow, thank you. Thank you for joining us this evening. Folks, we'll continue to talk about issue and whatever it is that is happening and affecting our brothers and sisters back home. But before we do, let's start our show, folks. Let's start our show on a very serious note. At the SAMSON to LIBERIA'S Public Radio. Folks, as usual, those of you that are just joining up for the first time, we usually start our show with showcase our president, the president of the Republic of Liberia, duly elected, Dr. Weah. And this is the Dr. Weah we're always talking about, folks. This is the president that we're always talking about. This is the president that continues to inspire us. This is the president that continues to bring good things for our country. Lord Jesus, we thank you. Folks, Dr. Weah, I present to you the president of the Republic of Liberia. 3 years ago, he said, what? Liberian people say, who that? He said, me, Ambassador Weah. They said, what you want? Picky. He said, but I want to be your leader. They said, you sure? He said, yeah. They said, what have you done? He said, you forgot? When people are breaking down the places here, shooting each other, killing people, I was coming back and forth trying to make you happy. You forgot? They said, oh, yeah, that you. But what else have you done? He said, I went over there, poor man, from Gibraltar. I went to Europe, and because of our culture, and I want to put Liberia on the map, I got the higher award in the football business. They said, oh, Biggie, thank you. But what you want us to do? He said, I want to be your leader. The same spirit that got me all the award, the same spirit. They said, can't eat. How long? He said, well, the Constitution says here. They say, okay, you got it for 6 years. Well, that time, when the thing was going on like that, SAMSON was here in America. Hey, my people, you must listen to that man. He only can play football. He don't know nothing. You must get in a position. People said in Liberia, say, who are you, Mr. To? Keep talking. Hey, talk more. The more you talk. 61.5% of the electorate in the entire Republic of Liberia gave him the vote. And they said, Mr. To, this is the man we want. Who am I to say no? I say, okay. Mahawa Boni. You think I'm coming to lie to you? Mahawa Boni. But these are my brothers and sisters that will continue to talk about. Hopefully they will see next time. This is what they told me. So, Mr. To, and you say, you know small tea? I said, yeah, just a little bit. So, okay, get yourself a note. Write. Whenever the president and people do something like that, write it down. We get your 6 year. 6 year, we'll invite Dr. Weah again. And then ask him question. You still want it? If he come back and say, we say, who that? He said, Dr. Weah. Say, what you want? He said, I want to be here. They say, what have you done? Then that will be your chance, Mr. To. But for now, we got nothing else to talk to you about. Bye-bye, Mr. To. They closed the door on me. Voila! I couldn't see anymore. I got to leave. So, as far as I'm concerned, this is the man the Liberian people have given. This is the man they have selected to be the leader. We will wait for the 6 year the Constitution said. We will criticize, but we must do so with responsibility. We will criticize, but we must do so with respect. Because any one of you that are watching me right now can sit in that office tomorrow, and you will want me to respect you, not to disrespect you. Far, far from it. In fact, the office that Dr. Weir is occupying, they're not crew office, they're not Bassa office, they're not Pele people office, they're not Lofa County office. Republic of Liberia, the presidency. If I, SAMSON, come on here every night, oh, I'm a Liberian man, but then I don't respect the office. Then what kind of Liberian man am I? Please spare me. SAMSON told Liberian Public Radio, this is what I do. That's how I start my show. Thank you for joining us. It's a very interesting show tonight. Friday, we said thank you. Let's go with it. I'm not going to do any role project or whatever tonight because things are happening by fast. Okay? Folks, we're in the election season. They will soon open campaign. And people are going to start campaigning if they're not already doing so. So, my job, I have somebody that I want in a race, but I'm not here to promote that person. I can go on my own personal page and promote that person. I can go on the person page and promote that person because I know that person is capable of leading. But I'm not going to come on this here, talk about voters and how important it is for you to vote right, for me to say vote for that person. I'm not going to do that. What I am going to do is to let you know, if you don't already know, the importance of your election, the voting power you have, Liberians, young Liberians, the power in your hand. You can even make Dr. Weir to dance. If you say Dr. Weir dance, and you dance, will not vote for you, he will dance because the power is enormous. But you must recognize what you have. You must recognize the essential things that you have. You must recognize that because of the voting power you have, you can determine your future. You can determine your future. For example, you gave somebody your vote. People are all over right now asking for your vote, begging you, asking. They can do this, they can do that. Giving you back a rice, giving you money, all kind of nyama thing. If the person cannot perform, you give your trust. Because in the voting process, you're giving somebody your trust. Somebody your trust. That means, let me be ridiculous here tonight. You know, when I was little, in Lofa County, I've never been there, but my dad was there. And when he came back, that's when we went to Bapa to Great Dama. But when he was in, he had some terrible time in Lofa County during Deacon Dama issue. What they used to do, according to him, they tie rope, you and your partner, 2 or 3 of you, get in a canoe and go in the Lofa River, in the middle of the river. And they tie rope around you. According to the story, you dive, take a bowl and fill it with sand, mixed with, of course, diamond. So you bring that sand, gravel up, they dump it. You go back again. And most of the time, what people used to do, according to the story, once your partner then find out they got enough, they don't want to share with you, they let the rope go when you're going. Next thing, you're floating down. It's important. Your election, voting for somebody, trusting somebody. You tie the rope around you and you give it to the person, and you're in the middle of this river, hoping that this person that you have trust in will also have the ability to keep your trust and to respect your trust. This is what this election is about. People coming to you, giving you money. People coming to you, giving you rice. They're asking for your trust. They're asking you to trust them within the next 6 to maybe 9 years that they will do good for you. It's a faith-based trust. You can't take anybody to court. You can't say, I voted for you, you're not doing what I want you to do, and therefore you got to... There's no mechanism that I know of that you can do a recall. I haven't seen it yet. Maybe they do, but I haven't seen it. So you're asking this person, you're giving your trust to him for 6 years. Now let's examine the 6 years for a few minutes. It's very interesting. 6 years, 12 months, a year, 6 times. Okay, so let's look at this. The person gets there. Forget about the salary. I'm not going to bother myself with salary and things like that tonight. I just want you to see what it is. The person gets in for 6 years or 9 years. You're not going to stop the person from sending their kids and their relatives abroad for education. In fact, you heard one of the senators today on one of the Facebook places that all of us, he said, all of us senators, we're sending our kids to private school. These are people you're trusting with your life, pretty much. These are people you're trusting to improve your life. And he's going to be in there publicly announcing that he was angry with his colleagues. But he has to spill the bean that all of us send our kids to private school. In fact, he challenged the entire Senate. Say, any one of you here that can tell me your son is not going to private school, put out your hand. Which one of you here, he said, that have your son going to Tottenham High? So we, the only people that go to Tottenham High, we elect them, they send their kids somewhere else to be better for the future. So when they come back, our children will continue to work for them. This is what your vote is. Your vote will put you on a playing field with everybody else. Your vote. Your vote will make you to be subservient to people for many, many years to come. Your vote. Nobody forcing it. You're doing it willingly. So the vote you have is very important. It's very important. And you cannot stand to waste it. You can't. If you waste your vote, it's going to hurt all of us. I'll come back to that. I'll come back to that. Tonight, folks, another thing I want to talk about is the motorado race between Honorable Thomas Fowler and Honorable Dallas Dillon. Honorable Thomas Fowler want to be a senator, want to dislodge Dallas Dillon. Dallas Dillon is doing his best to keep the position. I'm going to look at the entire stuff here from a broad perspective because I'm a liberal. Not only because I'm a member of Liberty Party USA. Liberty Party USA, not Liberia. So please don't connect me. Okay, but let me give it to you. Let's be serious a minute. So Honorable Dallas Dillon was elected based on promise he made. And the people of Montserrat County said, okay, we're going to let you have that position. He knew very well the position was something temporary as far as I'm concerned. He knew if he didn't perform, that he stand a chance of being taken out. So Mr. Dillon came in and started carrying out most of the promises he said. Most of the promises he announced, he carried those out. He's not perfect. Once again, if our member of CDC, I would ask that we don't even put anybody against Dillon. But the president came out and said, I want that position at all costs. President of the Republic of Liberia. Let me make that clear again. President of the Republic of Liberia. Did you hear me say president of CDC? Did you hear me say president of Montserrat County? I said president of the Republic of Liberia will come and make pronouncement. I want that position at all cost. This, it didn't even set the right tone, first of all. For me, that didn't set the right tone. On top of that, what is happening now, and the show that I'm playing, I'm going to be showing you right now, is a show that I have this on Wednesday, but I thought I'd repeat that because a lot of people calling me and making comment. So let's repeat it and go all over, including the entire video that I played that day. I'm going to play them again. The process that they're going on at the CDC and Tamafala is going on right now, legitimate. I strongly believe they're not going to cheat, but they're going to buy their way. That I believe. They're not going to cheat in terms of voter cheating. And no, I don't believe that. But they're going to buy their way. And Tamafala has started demonstrating that already. Giving money. I'm not too sure if the money he's giving, if it's connected to the vote. I'm not about to pronounce that because I have no evidence. I will let you be the judge. But if they're going to establish a process where you have finance minister campaigning, heavily campaigning, which he has the right to do. He's a Liberian before becoming finance minister. So he has the right to campaign whoever he wants to campaign for. But if you're going to campaign for Tamafala, you as an individual, then you come in and bring in official business of the Republic of Liberia. Then now you're telling us that you're utilizing the advantage you have. Let me play something for you folks. Sometimes when we do these things, we have to be serious. Listen to this audio. Some time ago, the guy was telling us exactly what they need to do. And when you watch Tamafala and his people behaving the way they're behaving, why will you not believe the audio that I'm ready to play now? I know many of you have heard it before. Let's play it.
I don't like to use the word anymore. Ruling party. We are the government party. No. What have I said? We are the government party. We control the army. We control the police. We control everything. And we will utilize that authority that other people have utilized in the past in our country. How are you?
Let me play that again.
I don't like to use the word anymore. Ruling party. We are the government party. No. What have I said? We are the government party. We control the army. We control the police. We control everything. And we will utilize that authority that other people have utilized in the past in our country. How are you?
So, that's just to demonstrate to you they want this position at all costs. I have no issue with it. I have no issue with it. This is campaign. And that's what election is about. But when you start using, according to the audio, if you decide to use the resource of the government, what is the government? The government of the people, by the people, for the people. And CDC alone, not the people. I am one of the people. Every Liberian, whether you sedition or not, you're our people. But if you're going to utilize the resources of the government to improve your standing in the race, then it's unserious. It's dishonest. And I'm not accusing them of any kind of corrupt behavior. Please, far from it. I'm just putting out some idea of what I think is happening. Sedition, all Liberians, you must do what you can to make sure the institution survive. You got young people that are coming after you. They're looking up to you. You got young Liberians in the diaspora. Train themselves. Let me take out the hat so you can see my face clear, man. I got no business there. You see the face now? You want cuss. I know what kind of hard business will come. Okay? You got young Liberians in the diaspora. Train themselves. Highly educated. And because of their position, you've been in the government position for 4, 5, 6, 7 years. You have amassed a lot of wealth. Legally, as far as I'm concerned, because I have no proof, so I'm not going to accuse anybody of illegal wealth gathering. No. But now you have turned this wealth into a political machine. Pay, if you're going to do that, pay a worker to go and convince people door to door. Go and do yourself a commercial and tell them what you have done. Explain to people what you have done. Engage the opposition and tell them why you want to dislodge it. It's not because the president said he wants the position at all costs. From what I'm seeing, if you think this is small potato, wait till you see 2023. People may say, oh, they were cheat. CDC will not cheat because CDC know exactly what will happen if they steal. They're not going to steal nothing. They themselves experience that. They know how bad it is. They're not going to cheat. They're not going to steal no election. What I suspect and what I think will happen, they will buy their way through the election. Because you tell me you're going to have an election and you're presently occupying a position in the government. Your representative, Thomas Fowler, that is. And you're now going from radio station to radio station, enumerating your success, the bill that you have passed, not only benefiting people in most of our country, but also benefiting people in the Southeast. Show us, what have you done? I understand. The other young man was here the other day and tried to disabuse me, which I appreciate. And I hope many of you will call in again tonight and do the same thing and disabuse me. My mind is open. I'm not coming to this here with a closed mind. Unlike many of you, I have an open. I'm a liberal progressive. I never engage with a closed mind. I'm always ready for compromise because that's about the only way the conversation can work forward. I don't come to these things with a closed mind. My mind is open. Come and disabuse me. Come on, Father. According to the story, this is not the first time that he has engaged many Liberians. He continued to help. Well, if it's so, let's Thomas Father come out and come to this public gathering. And say, I don't got money to give you. Yo, look what I have done for you. What should I give you now? You know, when I was represented, this is what I did. This is what I did. Now, be careful. When I'm talking about what you have done, things that you have done that will benefit the community. Thomas Fowler built a university. That's their biggest argument. But what's the name of the university? That belongs to Thomas Fowler. Anybody university, before you go to that university, you will pay. Let Thomas Fowler turn that university over to the Liberian government and say, yes. That means anybody, I can come from Total and go to that university. If it's Liberian university, every one of us will pay the same. But if it's a private university, they have the right to say who attend their university. So quite recently, now this one's a little bit coming close to me because I'm an engineer. And I've been seeing Thomas Fowler project that he going around, splitting things up, putting the road, putting letter rocks and things like that. For me as an engineer, that's just pure, I'm not even going to comment on that. But if it is a political seat, which it is, so I call those political roles, political rehabs of roles, because they are not sincere. They are not. How long Thomas Fowler been in representative? Why is this role not Thomas Farah is not senator yet. To say, okay, because he getting the senatorial salary, that's why he fixing the role. Thomas Farah is senator yet. Thomas Farah, since he started run campaign, I never heard that they raised their pay, so he must have had the money already. Why has Thomas Farah not done these things he's doing, what he has done within the last 2-3 weeks? Why has Thomas Farah not been able to fix this role? And you want us to be quiet on these things? No, I'm not going to be. I'm not going to be quiet. You can cuss anytime you want. You come to the platform here and start insulting me, it's up to you. This is what you need to know about Blocko. SAMSON told the liberal progressive, nothing you can say that will move me. I know my position in the society. I've gained my position in the society. I fought hard to be to where I am in the society. Nothing you will say to me that will move me. So you're wasting your time. Let me go on. So Thomas Farah, he has the right to say this is a position he wants. The person who's occupying the position, despite that he's a Liberty Party member, but I know many of you will not be able to understand that I have the ability to compartmentalize. In other words, I have a box, and the box are split it into pieces. I put the box in the whole box. There's 1 room here, 2 rooms, 3 rooms. So I can take my Liberty Party, all of the Liberty Party issue, and put it in one box, in 1 room, in that box, and close it. And I have the ability to do that. And that's why I'm making a liberal progressive. As a liberal progressive, you approach everything from a broad perspective. Now, never mind as the Republican and the conservative will do. I don't do that, but that's besides the point. The person who is occupying the position right now, those of you that want him out so badly, what has he done wrong? When you're arguing, you don't argue that he's dead, or you say that he's not a high school, he even finished high school. What high school graduate got to do with it? Is that part of the Constitution mandate? In order for you to be senator, you got to be at a certain level of education. If it's so, stay so. That's the only thing you guys have to go with Dillon. He ain't finished high school, so who cares? Myself, I'm finished high school, but I'm an engineer, so what I got to do with anything? What have Dillon done that you can actually point out to say Dillon did this and was detrimental to his constituents in Moserado County? Therefore, we sedition, we own this area. And many of you will argue, which of course is a ridiculous argument, but I'm not gonna even engage you on that. But Mr. Dillon, have you had the opportunity to serve the people of Moserado County? We love the people of Moserado, but look how much the graceful thing that he have done for Moserado County, which of course Moserado doesn't stand good chance of getting things beneficial from the entire republic, because Dillon is representing us. What is your argument? Besides telling me the president coming up, I want that position at all costs. Besides telling me Dillon didn't finish high school, what have Dillon done? So say if Dillon was CDC, what have Dillon done that perhaps you want to primary him? I don't see it. Maybe I'm missing something. And that's why I'll be opening my line. I will hope that most of you will try to disabuse me. Or you can abuse me, I don't care. But let's be truthful. Now, all of these things that I'm saying, many of you don't even look at it from any other perspective except that it's in your interest and you have the power. So you don't care. Power goes, power comes and power goes. ICE, two-way party, where are they now? Do you see them on the stage anymore? Before they get anything, they got to pass beyond people. ICE, what's Dr. Doe party, NDPL or whatever, ICE them, where are they? ICE NPL, Terror party, They got to join CDC in order for them to get something. They can't stand by themselves. Where is Unity Party? That just 2 or 3 years ago. Where are they? They're struggling, trying to make reverence, trying to make themselves relevant within the community. That's who we are. Liberian. Immediately after the party ceasing over, that party ceased to exist. Because you think that you have the numbers. And of course, election, voting, it's a number game. That's fine. I'm not arguing that. But my point is, when sincerity comes to play in these kinds of things, when honesty comes to play in these things, and many of you had die-hard sedition, that people can't say anything about Dr. Weir, then you ready to pounce on it and say all kind of stuff. You want to love Dr. Weir more than Dr. Weir himself, loving himself. And I think it's ridiculous, but that's not the point. Many of you, this is what I would predict. After the 12 year, because most likely if the opposition continue to go the way they go in, CDC will be 12 year. After the 12 year, I'll give you that. After the 12 year, many of you will be kind of attitude you have, will be kind of behavior. You will not be able to fit in the new CDC. Then you'll be one of those want to hang yourself because they will kick you aside. What kind of behavior you got? What kind of behavior you don't engage intellectually? The new CDC will be intellectual CDC. The new CDC after 12 years. If you're not intellectually standing there, you will not be, they won't even let you in. Then you will want to go kill yourself, you want to go commit suicide. And you're calling yourself founding member of CDC. The new CDC. Because by the time the 12 years is over, Liberia would have been improved. The electoral process would have been improved. Party system will not be, oh, yaka, 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 oh, yaka, 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 all kinds of, it will be intellectual. Let's engage. You say you want this position, I say I want this position. Let's have a debate on ideas. And many of you don't stand a chance. The new CDC, you can't cuss in now. The new CDC, no cussing allowed. You have to know the quick English, quick book. You know quick book. New CDC will not allow you, and you will be killing yourself because you think say you're founding member of CDC. I'm gonna sit down there. But let's go back to what we're talking about. Sincerity. I know it's difficult, even here in the United States. Sincerity is not part of politics. That's okay. So I truly believe, and I stated that the last time, Dallas Dillon most likely will be defeated. But that's okay. In the eyes of the international community and in the eyes of the African all over Africa, Dallas Dillon has made his mark. He cannot be bought. He's not corrupt. And that's all every one of us want to do. We want to make sure, even if you defeat him, in his defeat, between him and his God, he know he did what he could to make sure Liberian lives were improved. But because the other party, and I'm giving an example. You think I'm stupid? That now you're seeing CDC that brought Abu Kamara to us. Let me deal with you on Abu Kamara a little bit. Was it not Abu Kamara that was drawing 2 checks? Is that ethical? You're working in one position. Then they say, okay, you transfer to this other position. Different entity completely. But because you got people have your name on that same payroll in the old entity, putting money in your account, in Abu Kamara account, the account that he can go in every day and see how much money. You don't think Abu Kamara no money coming from the other side? And then the new position, putting money in. But because you threaten the life of somebody who wants to seriously challenge the system, you got the numbers. You won. So you brought us Abu Kamara. He's a decent person. Don't get me wrong. You see, this is what I'm saying. That's the difference between you and myself. I have the ability to compartmentalize. I can see Abu Kamara as a decent person. I can separate that. And I can also see Abu Kamara who are not able to be truthful with the Liberian people, getting 2 checks, corrupt behavior. That's another Abu Kamara. I can separate those. I have the ability to do that. And that's why when you guys try to engage me, you're not successful. The guy can look at your comment and say, they want power. Now you need to talk to him. Because he stand no chance with me. I'm a liberal, progressive, blockoo. Nothing you can say that will move. My hair failing more. Even when we're in Montreal, yeah, in a barracks. You know, in the barracks, when you're living in the barracks, you know how tough it was to be in the barracks? A grown-up man, number one. The only thing I am doing in the whole of Montreal with my grown-up thing, I'm still thing. I know it don't belong to me, that's it. So they never took me to the stadium, Attorney Tubman Stadium, to flog me. God, I was nasty. They used to take people there to flog them. Trouble used to take children. Attorney Tubman Stadium. It's a history you don't know. They used to go over and flog children because they say they're stealing. If I want it, I will work for it. If I can't work for it, so be it. But that's besides the point. Let me give you another example. Those of you that continue to dispute me here this evening, which I appreciate. You do that, you energize me. So now this position, you want DILLON up. And most likely, because you have the numbers, from what we've been seeing, DILLON most likely, I could be wrong, but he could be defeated. So you bring Thomas Fowler in. As Thomas Fowler told you that he's going to decrease his salary, as Thomas Fowler told you, they say he's going to make sure Liberians get to understand the functioning functionalities of all of the entity at the Senate. Each functioning unit, what do they do? How do they do it? DILLON is not only telling us what is happening in the Senate, but he's also using that opportunity to educate many young Liberians. Because the Senate, the representative, they're not secret society, they're public places. Whatever you do, you have to make it public. There are certain things, national security and things like that. Yeah, we want you to keep a secret. Because we don't want people to know what Liberia is doing, how Liberia intend to protect themselves. But because you're cutting somebody's salary that's secret, whose salary you cutting? The people who getting paid based on Liberian taxpayer, that's secret. Then when a young man said, this is how much we're making, then the president protest, the people elected you, but here we can kick you out. Somebody, what ground you going to kick somebody out unless he's corrupt? This DILLON, somebody who is corrupt, he took the money one time and he said, oh, the people give us money, what have you, whatever story was, that's fine. But what did he do with the money? He went and shared the money with the other district, especially the district that was being affected at the time by the rainstorm. Thomas Father, he built university. And I said, thanks. But is that university for the people of the Republic of Liberia? Let me show you another thing. It's Friday afternoon. Don't let the booga fool you. There's something here. You know what Freetown man say? You know what Salmon man say? He said, Salmon, you're too short. He said, that means short. He said, yeah, he's short. He said, I agree, Obo. But let's measure from the shoulder to the top of the head. And that way we measure. And now you're not coming to come throw rock and throw stone at me because me no. If you think you're more intelligent than me, which I think you are, but we go from here to go up. So let me show you again. Thomas Fowler, this video that I'm about to show you, discouraging. Because Thomas Fowler is a very young man who I also believe deeply, deeply care for Liberia. Tomofala, I truly believe, now this is what I told you before, I have the ability to compartmentalize. That means I can separate. I truly believe, let me say that again, Tomofala is deeply, deeply, deeply Liberia at heart. That I'm not disputing. Okay. However, how do we get there? We all of us want Liberia to move forward. But we all want to get there at a different direction. And the direction Tomofala is taking is discouraging. He's a young man. And many of the children that you are seeing him with him now, he's not old enough to be their father. They call him uncle. They can't call him father. Because that would not be realistic. But these are people that will be stepping into Tomofala's shoe within the next 10, 15, 20 years. But what I'm about to show you, I showed that the other day, and I'm going to show it again today. It's discouraging. Does not boast well for Tomofala's character. Someone who has built university to impact knowledge onto young Liberians. And then you're going to do this because of position. The president said he wants that position at all costs. So every one of you follow and decide you're going to have to drag your character because you want that position. You build a university to impact knowledge. You know what knowledge is? Because if you didn't know what a knowledge is, you won't even think about building a university. It doesn't matter whether it's private or public, but it's an institution of learning. It's where people go to learn. You know what learning is? Something you learn that will do something for your future to improve your standing in the society. And Tomofala took his own money and built a university. Whether private or public, that's not my issue right now. Because I believe Tomofala recognized the importance of learning. And now, because of trying to dislodge dollar dealers at all costs, Tomofala took out the heart of a respectable gentleman in the community who is trying his best to improve the lives of many, many Liberians through learning. He has built a university. But look what he did. Let me play this video to you. Let me play the video for you, seriously. Look at the video. Look at these young people. And look at Tomofala standing. The uptick. Tomofala standing on a higher ground, on a higher platform. And you have these young children, young brothers, sisters, lining up. And Tomofala giving them money. Tomofala giving them money. He's standing here at a higher platform, on top of the platform. And the uptake alone is ridiculous. It's wrong. It's wrong. Tomofala knows better than that. Tomofala, according to the story, has been helping young people over and over. This, according to the story, this is not the first time Tomofala has been engaged. He's always helping people. But now to do it like this, with Tomofala, once that university is in full scale, will he want this type of video to be in the archive of his university? Let me play this. Folks, this is something, you know, sometimes when we do these things, when we come to these public gatherings and try to make some pronouncement, sometimes we must be sincere. We must be sincere. You can't just say because I want that and it's in my interest, therefore everything else go down through the window, then you're not sincere and you're not honest. Dishonesty will carry you nowhere because lie can stand. Truth, they say the naked truth can stand up by itself. But lie will cause you, it will fall down because it got nothing to stand on. What Tomofala have done and what he's continued to do, you have people campaigning for you, working in the government, They have the right to do that. But you must tell them, don't come campaigning for me and bringing the entire operation of a finance ministry to come and explain policy, finance ministry policy. I said CDC finance ministry, Republic of Liberia finance ministry minister coming in to explain the policy of the Republic of Liberia finance ministry based on CDC campaign. That is unfair. That is dishonest, and that is, you're not sincere. Let's watch this video. This is Samson to LIBERIA'S Public Radio. Folks, please join me and say whatever you want to say. I'm Blaku. There's nothing you can say to move me. You can't do nothing to me. But let's watch this video. Samson to LIBERIA'S Public Radio. Difference. What's the difference? What is the difference between giving bag of rice, palm oil, and some money? That is unacceptable. That is unacceptable. Your vote is not for things like that. Your vote is very important. Unacceptable. Honorable Father, unacceptable. You are an educated person. These positions that you guys are vying for, these are important positions in a country. These are not positions like people cleaning positions that are occupied. These are positions that are respectable in a community. You cannot come to these positions with this kind of stuff. You should be able to strengthen. You are an educated person. You're building a university for people to learn. And I'm not too sure that you're going to restrict the learning process at your university. You're most likely going to have a class about democracy. You're most likely going to have a class about civic. And you're going to divvy up money? What occasion? Is that your birthday? Do you want people to have that video to be displayed in the auditorium of your university? Do you want that? Will you be proud of that? Immediately after the election, if you're not already regretting, most likely, because this is not something you do every day. So it is not part of your character. You guys supposed to be almost like a founding father. You see, this is where I've fought Madam Sally all throughout. We have a civil war. And it wiped out everything. The only thing that was left standing was the Constitution. And many of you came to this position hoping, I was hoping, that you guys will use this position, a clean slave, and have almost like a founding father of the Republic of Liberia. Things that caused Liberia to go to civil war, I thought those things were going to be set aside. First, I was hoping that many of you, young people, that align yourself with Madam Salif to lead, to be in this position, I thought you would try to find and recognize the fault. We all are fault. Nobody is above that. But find our fault. Why did we go to civil war? Did we go to civil war because somebody was not eating kesali and other people were eating kesali? Why? Many of you going on here and saying all kind of stuff about me will not come on my show and truly give me a real good definition why we fought, why our brothers and sisters, mother, father, why they died. But that's a different issue. So you will expect, as educated as he is, Tomofala, who has recognized the importance of learning and decide to build a university. So even if the university for profit, it doesn't matter to me. People still going to learn. And if you build a university for Liberians to learn, and you're going to do this, this is damaging to the electoral process. This is damaging to democracy. You can't argue anywhere else. You have the money, you have the right to, let me say that again, you have the right to do, but not everything that you have the right to do, that you should do it. There are certain things that when you do, even though you have the right, but what is a long-time effect? These young people you're giving money to. Let me go back into our own culture before I come to democracy. In Liberia, you don't go finding money on the ground. You got to work. By you giving money out like that, what are you demonstrating to these young people? They don't have to work. All they have to do is sing praises for you, and you will get their money. So the next person that come in the same type of situation, in the same position, Liberian young folks will expect money from them. You know what that does? It degrades the voting process, because now many of the young people, the voter cards they have, they think now it's a means to make living instead of using it to improve their life in the future. They're using it to make living right now, and that's not what it's about. But you guys, those of you that do this thing, continue to perpetuate that. You continue to tell these children, don't listen to people like SAMSON told them, talking about voter matter, and you have money here. You call me a liar. That's okay. I don't care. I will continue to preach that. But the damage that you're doing to the country, it's going to take a long time to reverse that. It's going to, because the thing about it, the people that you saw in front of Stomafala, those are the majority voter in Liberia. Because they're in majority. And that's why when you find these young people go to LU, they don't go to math, they don't go to science. Many of them don't go to math, science, or something like that. No. They go into political science. They go into something where they will be able to speak. The louder they speak, and they get recognized, and they become an opposition on campus. Then the government make mistake, throw one or two of them in jail. Oh, they finish. Their life is all right now, because that's all they want. I make noise, the government put me in jail. So now they stand on something. And then you wonder why the Ghanaians and the Nigerian young people dominating your technical area. This is why. This is why. These young people look at Tomofala and say, wow. They're not even asking how he got his money. Tomofala got money. Let's use logic here this afternoon, according to me. Tomofala got money. I'm not asking how he got his money. That's not my business. Tomofala got money, divine money. Tomofala is a representative. True statement. Okay, first true statement. Tomofala got money, he divine money. True statement. Thomas Father is a representative in the House of Representatives, Republic of Liberia. True statement. Thomas Father won the primary. True statement. Thomas Father seeking to be a senator in Liberia. True statement. Thomas Father divine money. Therefore, in order for me to be like Thomas Father, I have to follow these facts that I just lay out. Not knowing that Thomas Father most likely struggled hard to get the kind of money he get. Fought hard to get the kind of money he get. But that is not what's coming through. What is coming through is that it's easy. You don't have to work. You can get it. Thomas Father will give you money. We cannot have the young people who has nothing, they know nothing else but violence over the years. And now we have silence. We're trying to impact on them. That the civil war is over. The violent aspect of our lives is over. The intellectual, time to engage, wrestle on ideas. This is the time. But what do? They find, and here in the diaspora, you got some of the platform. They don't even care about that either. And some of them can't talk. And they know how to talk. But they are dishonest platform owner. They go on this platform and not being truthful. They try to degrade because perhaps they consider you enemy of the state. Election matters. We have to, all of us as Liberians, whether you're sedition or not, your voice is your vote. Let impact that onto the young people. Let them understand that it's important to vote, but you must vote right. Have these people that want the position. Don't let them give you fasting. Ask them questions. Now tell me, with Thomas Father, the video I just showed you, do you see any of the young people engaging Thomas Father in asking questions? Far from it. All they know, Thomas Father is running to be a senator. Oh, they say T5 divine money. Oh yeah, you don't go to. Oh yeah. Which one of you here watching that you never one time a young person? We know how young people think because we all been there. But how does this thing, what I just showed you, how does that improve the lives of these same young people? And you will continue to have brain drain. Because many young people, as soon as they have one opportunity to leave, they're not coming back. And most of the people that usually leave are the smart people. Dumb people, like Samson told them, they stay. So how do you expect to move your country forward? This is ridiculous. The election matters. You can't go, there's no two-way street around it. Even Dr. We are saying, I want the position at all costs. He also recognized election matters. It's a number game, I understand. But let's do it with a clear understanding that these young people who are supposed to use their voice as their vote, or the vote as their voice, must use so effectively to benefit all of us, not just those in power. But of course, if you're in power, you're most likely not going to accept that because Samson told somehow taking something away from you. I'm not. I'm just giving it to you as it is. Okay? Yes, another story on Front Page Africa today. And this is another one here. In entire West Africa, the seriousness is not there yet. They have issue in Mali. So the West African leaders got together, condemned them. They're going to put up reaction force together. But they're going to study the situation first. They're not quite ready. Because they themselves know sometimes if you got to face the kind of heat. Because you're leading people. And the people are not happy sooner or later. The patient level going to run out. You can't do anything about that. So folks, Samson told Liberian Public Radio, I'm doing my best this afternoon. Okay? So if people going to come on these kinds of discussion and try to take the route of insult, yeah, they're not serious. Don't pay them attention. They're not good for us as Liberians. They are the true enemy of the state. Okay? Let me go back again. Daughters later. Most likely, the way I see things, gonna get defeated. According to me, I could be wrong. And I hope that I'm wrong. Because for me, he has not done anything that warrants that type of behavior. Darius Dillon at this time should be rewarded. But the people must rather count it, see it differently, it's up to them. But what exactly, as good as Thomas Father is, okay, what exactly is he bringing on the table? What Thomas Father going to do that Darius Dillon is unable to do? What is it? What is it? What kinds of energy that Thomas Father bringing to this position that Darius Dillon has not already brought in? Is it because the president said he wants that position at all costs? Let me open my line. I want you to engage me. Tell me. But let's respect each other, that's for sure. But call me and tell me if what I'm saying if it's not right. And what I'm saying about, if you know anything more than what I'm saying about Thomas Father, please help me. Give me the knowledge. Disabuse me. Disabuse me. If what I'm saying, if you think Darius Dillon have done different things that warrant this kinds of thing that he's going to be facing, please let us know. Let us know, because guess what? Moserado County is not Moserado's country. It's Moserado County, Republic of Liberia. We're all in the boat together. We cannot continue to do these things to each other and expect for us to have a different result. Darius Dillon, the way I see it, he's showing us and showing the entire public, the Republic of Liberia, why things are happening. Concession times. You don't even know what a concession is. Darius Dillon is telling you, this is what we're doing, this is what we're doing. Even if it's not 100%, but at least he's letting you know the little process that you get to understand. And I will not be surprised if people are hiding some stuff from him. Most likely they're not telling him everything. So now you expect Thomas Father to get in there and bring it up to the next level. I think the process, if Thomas Father and his people are successful, you hearing from the Senate, forget it. It's done. Unless few other people come in, new people. But what we have there now, forget it. You're not going to get nothing. Because many of these people that have the ability, that want to talk, but because of their friendship with the leadership. But when you have Darius Dillon willing to stand ahead, the old folks, the people who are friendly with the leadership, they're giving him information. They say, yeah, we're behind you. Even if it's in the back door, they say, we're behind you. What you're doing is good. Enlightening the Liberian people. Because they also recognize Darius Dillon is a very young person. But that they send it and Coluba in the house, they continue to truly shine the lights. This is our country. The House of Representatives, the Senate, it's not a secret society. Don't let anybody fool you. We have the right to know. There are certain things they don't have to tell us. National security is one of those. I want them to protect the national security of the country. I don't want them to come and tell me what's going on with the nation so that people will know how Liberia plan to protect themselves. No, keep it to yourself. For agriculture, you're borrowing money. You're doing food distribution. Money coming in, map up. Those kinds of things need to be public. Public hearing. When I mean public hearing, I mean closed door, I mean public hearing. How these people are getting paid. How much money they're going to borrow. How much money they're going to pay. What is the time? The concession. Look at what happened with the concession stuff here the other day. What Dr. Weir, and I find out the reason because Armo Shama is behind it. So now they want to expose him, which is all political. But according to Shama, there was no paper missing. But if it wasn't for Shama, they were not even going to say anything. Dr. Weir most likely would have signed it. You need to elect people in these offices that will seek your interest, the community interest. If you want somebody to be humanitarian, let them leave the area. It's a government position. It's not a position you get and you become a humanitarian. It's a position you get to help the entire community that you're serving. If you want to do humanitarian position, leave the Senate, leave the House, and go do your humanitarian position so that Liberia will recognize you and give you an award and praise you all over the world. Because you continue to demonstrate to the entire Republic of Liberia that you care for the Liberian people. But you can't come and serve in a public office and now all of a sudden you now become a humanitarian. Then you're not sincere. Mr. Samson to Liberian Public Radio. I'll be opening the line here very shortly. Let me just let you know, please. When we open the line, we expect you. But when you call, and I'm not able, because I have no reason to keep your line ringing unless somebody is on the line. I can't cut people off when they're expressing themselves. But those of you that will call also, please be considerate. Think about the next person that's calling. Take at least 2 minutes. Formulate your thought. Formulate your thought. And make it as brief as possible. You can even call back. Because if you give the other person a chance, they will say something that will prick your interest, and then you're going to have to call back if you like. But you can't keep the line for long. Okay? Samson to Liberian Public Radio. Give me a call. Samson to Liberian Public. Let me check, folks. Let me take off my hat. It's a serious business here. Okay. It's Friday, folks. Why? Oh, okay, folks. Again, I want to announce and I want to thank the CEO of LPR, Mr. Alfonso Zianso, that will back in our position. Wait a minute. Are we? Hold on before. Oh, yeah. Mr. So, thank you very much. Mr. To has done this wonderful job. LPR is back. Thank you, folks. So if you want to watch us, you can go to YouTube as well and watch us from there, please. Thank you, Mr. So. We appreciate it. But I know you can do a job. From time to time, I want to fire you. What position do I get to fire? I know I'm off. You see, this is what we do in Liberia. I flow memo. I'm nothing LPR. Then I say I will fire the CEO. What power I got? But I claim the power. Again, Samson told LeBron Pablo, give me a call. What the heck? Okay. We'll deal with that. Samson told LeBron Pablo, are you calling me? Because this is a Liberia call. Are you calling me from Liberia to participate in the conversation? Or you're calling for something else if it is?
I'm calling, yes, I'm calling for Liberia.
Okay. Thank you. Wow. Thank you. Thank you, my brother. Go ahead. Go ahead. Make your point.
Yeah, listen. First of all, my name is LIBERIA'S Jr.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I've been following your show today. But you know, sometimes you can forget too is that if the president is not doing bad for the Liberian people, but you know it's good that you come on the ground and see the work they may doing. We are go talk show, you're discussing. Get me? Some of y'all big America almost like since 1960. They only come visit 1 year ago. You see things up, post negative thing about the president on Facebook. You take it, you own a talk show. Get me?
But let me engage you now. Hold on.
I'm coming.
No, you hold on now.
I'm coming.
Hold on now.
You want me to be your talk show?
Hold on now.
No, you don't want me to be your talk show. You don't want me to be your talk show.
You're going to leave, that's fine. You want to leave, that's fine.
You talk show, not only a pulling. Not only a pulling.
Okay, then hold on. Let me engage you. You can't make a statement and let you get away with it.
Hold on, right?
No.
You hold on.
I don't want to shut you down. Hold on. So now, let me ask you. Let me ask you. The question I have for you, Mr. Bayer, is this. You're saying, and I'm not even going to dignify how long I've been in America. That's not even the issue. The point I want you to make to me, if they tell me, is this. I want you to disabuse me. You don't agree with me. You say the president is doing wonderful things. What are some of the things the president is doing that I'm not enumerating here?
But a lot of things, a lot of stuff. A lot of things they made dating Liberia, and he still carry the project for, he still carry the development. People see the development doing. Are you not seeing it?
To be son of Nimble, to say a lot of stuff, please.
I'm LIBERIA'S Jr. I'm LIBERIA'S Jr. for Toastam.
Don't do that. Don't be a son of Nimble.
No. I'm not doing that.
You can't.
I will not do that.
Come out here. You can't come out and say a lot of stuff. You can't just leave it as a lot of stuff.
Excuse me,
Be specific.
I know you're my uncle. I know you're my uncle. Excuse me, I know you're my uncle. You're not on radio. Excuse me. I know you're my uncle. You're my uncle. Listen, you're my uncle. You can't come on radio, online. You can't come on radio where everybody looking at you and start casting our president. And I agree with you. I'll disagree with you.
Okay.
But I'm saying you're my uncle.
I want you to disagree with me. But you cannot
I am going to now.
You can't come out here and
let me tell you something.
Then be specific.
Let me tell you something, Mr. To. Hello? Let me tell you something, Mr. To. Let me tell you something. People now know you're my uncle. If you see that, you read my comments, you tell you, I call you uncle. Get me? You're my uncle. But things are some things you talk, it's not the fact you talk.
Okay, but that's fine. I agree with you. But what I want you to do, you're helping me to disabuse me, to help the audience.
No.
I said something. No, listen, no, you can't do that. If I say something and you know it's not true, what is the fact?
Excuse me.
What is it?
Excuse me? Hello?
What did I say that is not factual? And if it's not factual, then be specific. Don't give me general comment, say a lot of stuff.
Okay. The first thing, excuse me. The first thing, hello?
I'm listening. Yeah, I'm listening. Hello? Okay. This is my own son. It's just bad that he gone off. But I like the position he's taking. He's saying that I've said something that is not true. But when I ask him to enumerate some of the things that I stated here that are not true, he said a lot of things. When I asked him what are some of the things the president doing, he said a lot of stuff. Is that a lot of things and a lot of stuff I'm going to take to the bank? You know his father? His father. There were two of us in Monrovia. I used to walk together. Here's what we used to do. His father, this young man that just spoke, his father is very sensible, smart. He used to be an electrical whiner. He used to, you know, when you go to the factory, that big electrical whining stuff, that's the kind of what he was doing. Very smart, very intelligent. And for his son to come in public and wear his emotion on his sleeve. His grandfather, when I tell you guys this story, one of them, they call him Banyan. Banyan so much involved, such a big warrior, that when people ready for war, he's the last person. Once he comes, the war is over. Powerful. And to have his grandson to come out here and want to love George Weah than George Weah himself. And I'm not saying that he doesn't have the right to say it. But when you're going to come on this public forum, even if you don't have all correct, don't come out here and generalize yourself and think people are going to, because you're my nephew, I should accept you. Far from it. Oh, he's calling back. I hope you'll be specific, and I'm not going to let you to get away with it. Samson told Liberia Public Radio, what's your name? What's on your mind?
Yes. I want to allow that I never give him a problem at all.
Okay.
This is Mr. Bayon again.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Mr. Bayon. Okay, I think the network is giving him issue. But anyway, I'm not going to let anybody to come out here. You can say what you want to say about me. Excuse me, caller. Just hold on 1 minute, please. You can say what you want to say about me. Because once I come out here, I know I'm exposed. But I must be truthful. And that's the only way I can protect myself, by being truthful. You can't come here and say that I have said something that are not true about the president. Okay, I agree. I'm not saying that I'm right. But tell me. Then you say everything. What everything? I've been here going to more than an hour and a half. So every little thing that I said about the president is wrong. Okay, be specific. He's not going to be specific. What are some of the things? He said, you in America, you've been in America since 1960. First of all, when his father and myself used to run around in Monroe, that was around 1980, 81, 82, 83. So I haven't been in America since 1960. So he can't say that. But I'm not worried about that. Now, the point here is this. If you're going to come here and want to defend the president, we're asking you to disabuse me, because then my audience will get both sides of the story. That's what this intellectual platform. But you come here, and because you want me to say yes, you say the president doing things. What is he doing? Lots of stuff. Lots of stuff. What is that? What is that? Oh, should I put and I'm going to be ridiculous. I hope he's listening. So should I put a lot of stuff in a lot of stuff box? The president cleaning poo-poo? Oh, it will a lot of stuff. Let me say that. The president sleeping? Oh, in a lot of stuff. Let me say that. What happened to the $16 billion? Should I put on the president? Because that's a lot of stuff. Man, please. Your young people. These are some of the things I'm talking about. They are not impacting on these. And this is my own nephew. He's a grown man now. But look at his argument. Is this the kind of person that you will expect to engage other Liberians? No more civil war. Intellectual. Do you expect me to say, this man standing there, I'm comfortable. He's going to argue and he's going to win the argument with lots of stuff? Please. All right, let me go ahead. Folks, please, I'm sorry. Go ahead, my brother. I'm sorry. You just got me a little bit. Go ahead. What's your name? Where you're calling from? What's on your mind? Hello? Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry about that, but go ahead.
Yeah, this is not a brother, it's a sister. I'm sorry.
Oh, sister. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Okay. It's okay.
Go ahead.
I'm calling from Providence, Rhode Island, and my name is Clara Muhlenberg Pioga. I want to thank you for your show. I must tell you, this is my very first time to call on a show since I've been in this state. But, that's Liberian for us, and that's Liberia for us. Everything that you say on your show, I tell you, is the truth. It's the clear truth that you say. Because since our country began, for a senator to come up and say stuff about the Senate, it has not happened. And DARIUS DILLON is doing it. So I'm also sorry that we are not back home to vote for DARIUS. But equally so, we're calling our people and telling them to make a wise decision. People will come on your show and attack you. You're saying stuff, you're saying too many stuff, you're not saying the right thing, but some of us know that you're saying the right thing. DARIUS DILLON is the right person for that position. But anyway, because Thomas Fala has the money, he's spreading it around, they're not asking questions, they're just showing their hand and they're getting money. And after they put him in the seat tomorrow, they will not see him doing anything. That's when Liberia will start saying again, oh, if we knew, okay, if we knew, it will be over. It needs to be over. And let Liberians vote wisely so our country can be one of the best countries in this world, because we are sick and tired. We are sick and tired of Mr. Tor. People will come to attack you, but you're doing the right thing, I must tell you. I just call you to give a little piece of my mind. Thank you. Thank you for your show.
Thank you, sister. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Again, folks, this is Samson Toe. Now, let me go back to this young man. Like I said, he's my nephew. I feel bad for him to come up and make these kinds of ridiculous statements. But this is, what am I going to say? His family. What am I going to say? And believe it or not, long time ago, his father and I, we used to be people who they consider in a total BI chiefdom community in Monrovia disturbers. But we always wanted to make sure things were done correct. So when Bayo and myself get to the meeting, and if those who organize in the meeting, if they start to do anything that is not, we will speak up. And many of you that are in Liberia, you know who Edward Bayo is. Eddie Bayo. Very friendly. He was. And for me to see, he had his son. But I like that. That means he most likely I wasn't even there when he was born, so he never saw me before. But that's okay. That's okay. Anyway, let's go ahead, folks. Give me a call, Samson Toe. Samson told LeBron Pablo, we now the question that I ask myself now is my nephew talking about CDC like that. So when I get to Monrovia and CDC ready to whoop me, you think my nephew will help? You see why I'm not going to Monrovia right now? Folks, no, on a very serious note, we can't have that. On a very serious note, let me take this. Samson Toe, LeBron Pablo, what's your name, where you're calling from, what's on your mind, please? Go ahead.
I'm Sam, calling from Massachusetts, Mr. Toe. How are you?
Oh, thank you. I'm okay, thank you. How you doing?
Good.
Go ahead.
I was laughing, but let me just, share one point with you first. On your show, you won't be able to get the audience that you get because the Liberian people first is they don't like the truth. They don't like people who are sophisticated, in other words, who are educated and can analyze, who were able to quantify, and issues before they put it on the table. So only those who will talk live, these are people that will get audience. So then your nephew will come on the show to tell you and generalize and say good. So even if you were to put all the good and bad together, will still be good to him as far as he's concerned. You understand? So you don't get that audience, but you will get someone else to come on the show to call to talk. One of
Thank
your
you.
analysis, no, I don't know whether people get it. That was the deductive reasoning you gave, and you try to give a fact. Assume that Mr. Farah is a representative. He worked for, St. Erin government. He in the house, he owned, thousands of dollars. He built, a college. And so, as far as they are concerned, he's a rich man. You understand? So, they gravitate towards him. But the question here is, from early time to present, we accuse the early government of embezzling or stealing. We are not being specific what early stole. But we can see tangible things from the time Early came to power. You are seeing university that Thomas Fowler made that he has now called his university. We see Thomas Fowler is dividing money around town as the most, philanthropical organization or the NGO that ever lived. He is competing, and with the Indian councillor now that, and cooking rice every day and sharing around town. So he's the best person to represent Liberia. So what's the update? The update, as you were saying, is, I will go in a house and I myself will see and build university and share money around town. And I will be the best person. And then I will be the best person for the government. This is why your nephew is saying. Now, if I were you, I would, after the show, I would call my nephew and say, you have made me shame. Because you are too smart to get a kind of nephew to come on the air to say such things. When I look at you, your presentation alone, the people who are smart, they will come, and gravitate to your show. But to come and tell us that the president is doing, a lot of stuff, then you ask him to define a lot of stuff. He can't even get in one single stuff that he considers a lot of good things that the president, doing. That is a shame to me. You're too smart. Your show is very educated, and I don't know whether they could learn from it. But most people don't learn from your show. They want to see the show. Because if Thomas Farah is listening to you, there are a lot of things he's going to stop now. The update is so good for him.
Mm-hmm.
To see a representative divide money, and people think that that's the right thing. We said that we killed 13 people. These people were corrupt. Look in the town. Which of the people build university? Which of the people are going around town dividing money every day? Is that up to everybody want to do? Mr. Toh, I'm sorry, and thank you very much.
Thank you. We appreciate it. Many of you will call, and and this is why we have this show, because many of you call and recognize what we're doing, and that's okay. We have. This is Liberia. Mr. CEO, thank you very much for putting us back on the map. Thank you. I really appreciate it. I was just telling the people that I was going to fire you, then I recognized that I don't even have a sitting voice to be able to stand on and fire the CEO.
Well,
but I run my big mouth anyway.
If you want to fire, you better fire your nephew. I think there's much bigger picture that we need to know. Yeah, it's a much bigger picture that we need to know. Look, please, August 24th is around the corner. I think the nephew needs something. Yeah, all right. But on a serious note, Mr. Toh, thank you. Again, we are happy. The YouTube channel is back. And it was just out of our own kindness because to try to showcase our Liberian artists and some of them, the took issue with it. That's okay. But at this time, we make it known now that people, and it's good that they have to give our consent before, to play it. But let me just get to the point. This is the challenge, and it is a very, very, very serious problem that we have, and we will continue to have happens even after the presidency of George Weah. The lack of tolerance, the attitude of being indisciplined, unable to create, to have a civility during conversation. That's why it happened both sides. The government, the opposition, people who claims to be the advocate,
their inability to be tolerant, to be responsible, to even articulate, even if they had a good idea. Let's assume what you were talking to, it didn't favor him, and he has a good point to argue. Is that how you're gonna win the case? It is sad. It is so ridiculous and absurd to see a certain lawmaker to ration money. It's a political office. I understand. But who does that? And people still don't even see that. It is so ridiculous. I think there's a way. And this is why these are the things these people do. We give them a courage. We give them all of the tools. And at the end of the day, when they are elected, when they go in both houses of government, you think the money he's giving there, you think he's not going to get it back when he's elected? Yes, he's going up for next year. Now, the authority will be in his hand as to whatever he wants to do, that's what he's going to be doing. But it's so sad. And this is a serious challenge that we will be facing in the country, our inability, all of us to be very patient, to engage a constructive conversation, and even to have the guts, people that we support so dearly to the extent that we love them, we are willing to sacrifice our life for them, for the sake of, for what we strongly believe in, and if they're even doing it wrongly, for someone to come out to say it. I'm surprised, I'm appalled, and I told Senator Sir Joseph, I'm like, wait a minute. Even for God's sake, is that how he's supposed to do it? If he don't want to do it, he's the one supposed to lead that sort of campaign for people to be in group to ration money? It is terrible. This is to tell you that even the election laws and campaign laws are not even effective. So just a Jackson Jr., what happened? Why get him behind bars today? Because of campaign money. We don't even know how much you people bring in the campaign. And nobody going to tell us how much they're going to put in it. Nobody tell us how much they're going to use for campaign. So these are the challenges and these are the conversations we need to be having from time to time. Until we can do this, and we don't have to get tired, because bulk of the people out there, indeed, they are in the fantasy land, in a different world completely. They are one-sided. When they look ahead, they don't even want to look on the side. They don't want to look on the other end to see whether there's a vehicle coming before they can even jump on the road. What they face, what their eyes get on, that's what they see to be the reality. How can you convince, how can you persuade such a person? But it is what it is. But I think your nephew, maybe there are other things that we need to know. August 24th is on hand. Probably you just need to call. Like, I want to say something to my uncle here, and then the uncle will call me and say, okay, send me later. So I think that's why he's acting for. But it is sad to see he, as a young person, on a serious note, that even for him to call from Liberia, I give him a plus for that. But to behave the way he's behaving, that just tells me that we get a long way to go, my dear brother. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. So. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. Samson to LeBron Popredo, what's your name and where you're calling from? What's on your mind?
Yes, sir. My name is Prince Sharif, and I'm calling you this evening from Delaware.
Thank you. Yo, you live in Delaware?
No. I'm not living in Delaware. Sometimes my job calls for movement.
Okay.
So
no, that's fine.
I'm not living in Delaware.
Okay, that's fine. We don't need to know the detail, Prince. That's fine. Go ahead. What's your point, sir?
Well, this evening, let me say thank you for giving me the opportunity to be on the platform. And let me say good evening, good morning, good afternoon to your many listeners that are following us from around the world. I call to default with Mr. So on some of the assertions that he made as it relates to Honorable Sir Joseph. I think it is unfair for Mr. So to, look at humanitarian per excellence and classified his humanitarian work as a means of, either buying voters or trying to use his financial might to convince the Liberian people relative to who they are supposed to vote for. I think it is unfair on his part. And the reason for which I'm saying that it is unfair, whether it be Sir Joseph or you call Honorable Thomas Fala, is that let's look at the records of these people. Let's first of all look at Sir Joseph. Who is Sir Joseph? Before coming to the seat of government, this man served as one of those Liberians who were empowering Liberians that were less fortunate. He was in the NGO sector, giving out loans to Liberians, helping people, giving out opportunities to young people to acquire education, and etc., etc. The records are there. This man became a representative. He did not stop there, say, well, my work is over. Sir Joseph was the only lawmaker during the Ebola era that was able to pay Liberians who left from Liberia and went to Sierra Leone in the fight of Ebola. The records are there. He have an NGO, and he was able to pay them. They went to Sierra Leone. But 4 friends of mine that I know, they were on that trip. They went to Sierra Leone to go and help. Now, for you to see that the lawmaker, who from day one, his records are very clear relative to his humanitarian work, to go in a market or whatever, to give out, whatever he has to give out to his own people, people that are struggling, people that need maybe just a 25 United States dollars or a 30 United States dollars in equivalent in Liberian dollars to resurrect them from the kind of condition that they are faced with, to come and say, to condemn it. Okay. I think it is unfortunate.
But I know you know my style, and I know once you decide to pick the call to call me, I'm not just going to let you talk and you leave, because you and I have had that conversation before. So I'm going to engage you if you don't mind.
No problem, sir. No problem. Okay. No problem.
So the question to you, Prince, is this. Sir Joseph, granted, because I've seen some of his work, so I'm not that much into that, but I've seen other pictures where he carried money. When the pictures demonstrate, if there's a true picture, then I'm not comfortable with that. But let's go back to Thomas Fala. Now, let me ask you this. The video that I showed was Thomas Fala standing up on a platform and dividing cash to these young people. Forget about election. Let us don't even touch the election. I'm not going to equate that to vote buying or whatever. But what do you think? What do you make of it? Is that a humanitarian process?
I'll be better to, I don't know in what content that people will define one humanitarian work. The first thing you must understand that in Liberia, when people call honorable people, or people call people to a program, they have what we call an agenda. They either have maybe a program.
Mr. Sherry, this is what
sir.
You do, and then when I interrupt, then you say, I don't let you speak your mind. When I ask a question, and as learned man as you are, you know how to answer questions. I don't expect you to give me riddles. The question to you, and let me repeat, what do you make of Thomas Fala standing on that platform, dividing money to these young people? And I said, let us don't connect that to election. I've already put that aside. But just look at it as a Liberian. What do you make of it?
Yeah, I think it's a good thing for a lawmaker to help his people, especially those young people who needed the desperate help at that particular time. These are people who send out communication to the office of the honorable lawmaker. These are people that have been sending out communications to other lawmakers to help them in order for them to at least.
And I'm not going to take anything away from you tonight. I accept that. So let's just push the line little by little and help each other to understand, because I would really want you to disabuse my notion of what this video have done and what I think the video is. So if you're going to help me, I would truly, truly appreciate it. Now let's go one more step. I understand you said that these are people that have sent SOS, and perhaps Thomas Fowler is coming to their aid, which I say fine, thank you. But they're setting, just from the uptick, just by looking, you think what was happening there was that SOS group of people that is organized by Thomas Fowler and his people to say, today we're going to target our help to this particular group. Was that what it was?
Big brother, for me, it doesn't matter. The setting doesn't matter. People who need help can be in any condition. They can be in any position. They can be anywhere. They can even be in Blaba, in West Point. They can even be in Bibicon, wherever place that they can be. Now, what we saw Honorable Fowler doing, these are the kind of leaders that we need. People that will meet the Liberian people at their need in whatever place, condition, or setting. It doesn't matter. It could even be in space that we're having the program.
One last question, then I think we can move on to another thing. Can you point to any other video which Thomas Fowler demonstrated his way of assisting young people such a manner? Is there any other video, or is there any other setting that you can explain to us here tonight, that you can point to? Perhaps some of us can do a research, because these are public officials. So when they do this, you already connected it to his office or public office, because you said that he's a representative and he's there to help the people. So you have already connected his humanitarian, that I consider humanitarian position, to that of his office. So most likely there should be somewhere that we can do a research and be able to find something if we can tackle those kinds of areas that we can go. So do you know of any other area where Mr. Honorable Fowler have done similar thing?
Yes, sir. There are hundreds of videos. There are hundreds of videos that the Honorable Man has been identifying with the people. I'll give you one example. Okay. One example could be the FIFA computer institution in Liberia that has been operating since 2005 up to present.
Right.
At that particular institution,
hold on.
Thousands.
Hold on. I want you to you bring in different subject that I really appreciate, and I might want to keep you as long as possible, because I like that kinds of stuff. You're helping me to understand. He established a computer school. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, he's a computer school.
Okay, people pay, or it's free? Is it paid to learn or free to learn?
Basically, they pay little or nothing. They pay little or nothing.
That's fine. I don't want you to quantify it. Just say pay or not pay.
That's what I'm saying. That they pay little or nothing as compared to.
I'll give it to you. They pay little money to upkeep. That's fine.
Well, basically, as compared to the infrastructure and that of the teachers and the materials that they are getting, I, for one, will not consider that really, as I guess another thing. I will not consider that as a pay, because when you look at the environment, you look at the lecturers that are there, and look at the equipment that they are learning on, I don't consider that to be, a pay. That was a little or nothing, sir.
Okay.
Then you come down to the university that he has just erected. But before coming down, let's just leave the university. Let's go to the high school that he has been operating within that district. Let's go to the thousands of Liberians that he has given scholarship to, that have gone to the AME University. I can say my own alma mater, that have gone to the University of Liberia. I've gone to several high schools, both in Liberia and out of Liberia, that Honorable Thomas Fowler has aided in the process financially, taking money and giving it to them.
Okay.
But one thing I want to say here before I can leave the platform or before you can take another person, there are times I understand these things. People who are not, let's say, moved by these Facebook and radio appearance and etc. Sometimes when they do these things and they appear just one time, I understand that sometimes people want to take this out of context. But I can tell you that Honorable Fala, the records are there. You are a living witness to some of these things. When I mean living witness, you are seeing what he is doing. You are seeing the tangibles on Facebook. Thank God for technology that is making us to see these things. We have a school, a nursing school, that thousands of our, Liberian youth and others have been going there and they have been equipping themselves. Some of them are going there and paying nothing.
Let me ask you before you go. What's stopping
Yes,
Mr.
sir.
Fala from turning the institutions that he's built, turning it into the government, turning it to the government for the government to run it, so that at least these becomes a public institution? What's wrong with that?
Yeah. Well, I don't think anything is wrong with that, but there are so many, there are many procedures that one will have to follow. The procedures are many. And let's get this clear. It doesn't mean because
procedure in the sense that if he follows the procedure, it will delay the operation of the institution. Is that what you?
No, I'm not saying that it will delay. I'm saying that there are procedures, but also it is not against the law, or it is not something that is bad for you to also build that institution as a private individual. Let's take him from the representative.
That's one of the reasons why sometimes when I have you, I get these kinds of knowledge from you, then I'm certified. It's a private institution. Whether they pay little or to nothing, as long Thomas Fala have not turned that into a public institution by giving it to the government to fully operate, Thomas Fala, it's a good thing. He's impacting knowledge to the Liberian people. I don't care which way he turned it. But let us give it name as it is. It's a private institution that Thomas Fala built to benefit financially, to benefit his people, him and his family. If it was free, completely free. No, hold on.
It's not him and his family, sir.
Okay, I'm just making, let's take the family out. But to benefit him. To benefit him. Because if it wasn't so,
the Liberian people.
The Liberian people learning financially to him. Because whatever money you pay. Why are you saying no?
Yeah, the reason for which I'm saying no, there are many ways that money can circulate. There are many ways that money can circulate. Now, what we must understand is that whatever that is generated.
One thing I know about you. One thing I know about you, sometimes when you do that interrupt right away. When you start putting into economic on the simple subject like this, you're not trying to muddy the water by bringing in the word money to circulate. What money circulating have to do with us talking about private institution versus public
fine.
institution?
This is what you have to do with it. This is what you have to do. If you pay your fees, let's agree that the people pay little or nothing. Maybe they're paying that little or nothing. Where is that money being used? Is it used out of Liberia, in England, or Jupiter, or Mars? That money, Honorable Thomas Fala is using it to pay teachers, lecturers, professors, however we call them. He is using that particular money to pay lecturers.
That's why we say, as a humanitarian, Thomas Fala is the greatest. That's the dividends that Liberian people are benefiting from, and we appreciate it.
Sure.
But what I'm suggesting to you, and what I'm saying to you, do not take that process and try to use it as way of getting Liberian to understand that you are there for the Liberian people.
He is there for the Liberian people, sir.
Whatever he's doing, he's getting something out of it. It's nothing for nothing.
The Liberian people are benefiting more. No, sir. Let's get this clear. The Liberian people are benefiting more. I want to give you an example. The thing is here. It's very clear. Now, let's look at Thomas Fala. The infrastructure that he has put down to be able to benefit the Liberian people. Let's look at it. Now, let's go back some 20 or let's say 12 years ago. In fact, 12 years too much. Let's go back to the early 60s.
Let's go back to the early system.
Okay.
Look at these institutions or look at those individuals.
Folks, hold on 1 minute. Let me just announce something publicly, please. Folks, now you are listening to the real Prince Sherry now, because the Prince Sherry that I was engaging with within the last 2-3 minutes, he's morphed into a real Prince Sherry now. All right, Mr. Sherry, go ahead. Give it to me.
No, it's not that. But now, let's look at the early 60s, where Liberia as a nation, was up there economically, where we could compare our GDP with that of so many other nations around, people say Japan, etc., etc. Now, those people that serve government, or those people that was at the helm of government, that were receiving all of the money, tell me, let's look around us and see how many private institutions that these people built. Let's look around and see how many private institutions that these people built that today that we are benefiting from. Most of them, they built nothing as such to be able to educate us or our people. Nothing they built to be able to educate our people. But look at a Thomas Fowler who has all of these institutions. The hospital that he's building, the clinic, he's building a clinic. Let's look at the university. Let's look at the high school. Let's look at the computer school, etc., etc. And let's agree.
Mr. Sherry, I don't mean to interrupt.
Yes, sir.
But now you're turning his record now as being one of the reasons why he must be elected, because he can do more for the Liberian people based on his past.
Thank you very much. That's what we are saying. Because if we have
let me come in now. Now that I got you to connect this thing, if you say that, then you're being dishonest. Because what Thomas Fowler have done, that is to benefit him, and also the benefit to the Liberian people. It's a dividend. And we appreciate it, to be honest with you. The fact that he didn't take the university to Guinea, he didn't take the university to Sierra Leone, he is right there in Liberia. Liberia going to benefit, but call it as it is. And not something to say he is a developmentally minded person to benefit the Liberian government. Far from it. He's going to enrich himself because of his hard work. Let's explain
No,
such.
Sir. Yes, sir. Let me say this. He is benefiting the Liberian government. Those people that will graduate from those institutions that I just named to you, the school, etc., etc., where are they going to work? Some of these people...
Prince, you're leaping from the Empire State Building and hope that you have some sort of a safety net for safety. Go ahead.
Now, some of these people that will attend the university or that will graduate from the university, where are they going to work? They will work in Liberia. At the end of the day, you know that one way or the other, some of them will be recruited in government. Some of them will be recruited in the private sector. Let's agree that they are recruited in the private sector. When they work in the private sector, they pay taxes.
We say you're quite correct. These things Thomas Fowler have done is benefiting Liberia immensely. Nobody taking away from Thomas Fowler. The point that I'm making and the point that I want you guys to make is to make sure you separate Thomas Fowler, the person who is seeking a public office, from that of Thomas Fowler, who has the knowledge and has the ability to build the institution to benefit not only him, but other Liberians as well. But mainly, financially, to benefit himself. You can't bring that up and say this is what he's going to do for you when you elect him. That is unfair and that is untrue. That's the point.
No. It is not unfair. It is not unfair. It is not unfair, sir. It is not unfair. Okay. The first thing that you must understand is that with all of what Honorable Thomas Fowler is doing, there are people who are going to that school free. There are people who are going to that school free. Very free of charge.
You're missing the point completely, Mr.
No.
Sorry. Go ahead.
No, sir.
The
thing is, I understand. Yeah, the thing I understand. People wants to ding the character of Honorable Thomas Fowler because they saw him giving out arms, to the less fortunate.
No, Prince, I'm not going to let you get away with that.
It may not be you. I'm not saying you. I did not call your name.
It's not me. But
okay,
when you're having a conversation, you try your best to stay on the subject matter. Nothing here has
we are
to
staying
do with
on the subject matter.
No, you're getting off of the subject matter. Now you're bringing in Thomas Fowler character that you want us to discuss. That's intellectually dishonest. That can be another subject matter. You can't say, let's
sir,
discuss some. No, you can't. We're discussing Thomas Fowler with respect to election. Second, we give you Thomas Fowler with respect to the institution that he has built to benefit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
We
Now,
agree. But now you're coming in with a character issue. Now we're going to bring the
but,
people who
anyway,
you say,
we'll not go there, but we can talk about.
Listen, what you're doing. The people who you're going to be accusing are not here to defend themselves. So you're going to make some erroneous comment or erroneous statement that these people don't have the ability to defend themselves. That's being intellectually dishonest. Do you understand?
No, it's not. Look, people will always bring out the character of public official, but that is not the issue. Yeah, the issue. The issue is that when a Thomas Fowler is elected, imagine what this man has been able to do as an opposition lawmaker under Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. Now, there is one thing that is very, very, very cardinal when it comes to the issue of somebody representing you. You must have the ability to be able to navigate your way, even in the most difficult terrain, to be able to convince people, wow, what we refer to as that lobbyistic power or that lobbyistic control or that lobbyistic authority. And that we have seen in Thomas Fowler. During the regime of Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, the work of this man, his legislative function is there. Look at the 72nd rule. It was under the regime of Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. He being an opposition, he was able to adequately, navigate his way and appeal to the conscience of Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. This is not about me.
Okay, let me give you 1 or 2 minutes to disabuse me about his ability when he was at the lawmaker. He's still a lawmaker. What are some of the tangible in terms of bill that he passed that benefited Moserado County immensely, for which now he asking Moserado to promote him? Can you give me 1 or 2 that is public?
Thank you.
Be specific,
yes,
please. Don't give me the kabuki dancing, please. Give me specific.
No. I'm not giving you any dancing around here. I'm giving the actual fact, and I'm giving the actuality. Now, let's first of all begin with the issue of the 72nd rule first. Let's begin with that before we enter into the hardcore issue. Let's begin with the 72nd rule. We all know that the road leading to the only police academy that we have in the Republic of Liberia, that road was laying in rain, and nobody had time for that particular road. But Honorable Thomas Fowler, because of his own, lobbyistic power and his ability to be able to negotiate his way.
When you say logistic power, can you see? I'm from Total. I don't even know book. The way you just say it went over my head. What logistic power that?
No, I say his lobbyistic power to be able to lobby with government, to be able to lobby with central government. That's what I'm saying. To be able to lobby with central government. That's what I'm saying. So within the last 15 years, Honorable Thomas Fowler has provided over 3,245 scholarships for students. That is both in his district and out of his district. Now, let's come to the oversight that you just asked. His oversight ability or his oversight, power. He has been able to call for the increment in the budgetary support of the Federation of Liberian Youth.
Now you're talking. Because those are tangible that can be investigated, that can be researched.
Thank you.
Those are the kinds of stuff that I want. That's what I've been waiting for the whole time, Prince.
Thank you.
You're going all around dancing. Now that's tangible.
No, so that is necessary. Now, we also talk about his own, ensuring that the LWFC, the Labour Pipeline water, to almost most part of his district in that particular area, even though there are other people who live in other districts, but yet and stay, they were able to benefit. So he was able to use his own oversight responsibility to ensure that the LWFC, that is the Liberian Water and Sewer Corporation, the Labour Pipeline water, in that his particular district in other areas.
How did he do that? How was it?
Okay.
How did it happen?
So he worked with the executive at the time, Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. He worked with us that they should be able to, convince the LWSC, that is the Liberian Water and Sewer Corporation, that particular district that he represents is one of the most populated districts.
And, you know, people at the time were suffering from so many waterborne diseases, some of them chlorox, you know, and etc. So he was able to convince them that if water is taken to that area, it will help to reduce some of the diseases, you know, and the sicknesses that were in that area. And he was able to do that adequately. The records are there, his oversight responsibility. He also advocated for the speedy delivery of electricity in most communities in his district, including the police academy. You all know that police academy was a very, very serious problem. That place was completely dark. In fact, can you imagine when the armed robbery ready in that particular 72nd, when they get ready, it can be easy. To the extent that sometimes they can even run the police people from their own police barracks.
Thank you, but this is what I'm going to say before you leave. If you were a born American citizen involved into American politics, you'll be one of the formidable opponents of any opposition, because the way you mangle the issues and dissect it and throw it back out to the people, it's amazing. It's amazing. And I want to give it to you. I'm not saying it's correct, but it's amazing. It's amazing. You're talented. Let's put it that way. Very talented, and I appreciate that. But thank you very much for your position.
Okay, thank you so much. And that's why we are calling every Liberian to vote for the 15 lawmakers that will aid this president in making sure that the people agenda is actually actualized and it's realized, that the people in Tulzon, the people all the way there in Bokonjide, and the people there in Jenewene can be able to benefit from government. It will not be government of Monrovia by Monrovia and for Monrovians, but it will be government for the people of Liberia. So thank you so much for giving me the opportunity.
Hold on. Don't run, please. Don't go.
Yes, sir.
Prince, are you still there?
I'm here, sir. I'm here.
Since you're now going to run campaign on an intellectual platform that we ourselves have decided not to run campaign, but that's okay. You have the right to do that. Now, can you honestly tell me now, why will Dallas Dillon should be removed? What's the reason?
Hey, now the first thing is that, look, big brother,
don't go plenty. Don't give me small.
I know. The first thing is that as a lawmaker, you must at all times be truthful to the people that you represent. You must be truthful. That is one of the bigger responsibilities. Now, this is a man. Okay, fine, thank you. The first thing is, this man was given $8,000 for his, quote unquote, office maintenance and etc., etc. This man came to the Liberian people, he is on record, and lied to the Liberian people that he did not receive $8,000, he received $6,000. It took his own colleagues, a lawmaker that within his party, his own brother, his own blood, to come out and tell us that no, that was the law. Why you lie to the people? They didn't give us $6,000. They gave us $8,000, and that was the first bullshit lie that Honorable Dillon told us. There's another thing.
Thank you. I think I walk into that one, and so I'm not going to even respond to it. I allow it, and so thank you very much.
The second thing is that this man, let me just lay on the last one, people are breaking you, let me lay on the last one. This man told us that he was building an institution for the less fortunate or for disadvantaged youth, who refer to as Zogo. Now, let me get it clear here. If the Liberian people will benefit, if you say you're paying something for the Liberian people, for Liberia, who's supposed to be in possession of that thing? That either your family member or you're supposed to turn it over to the government. You can't say that you are building an institution for Liberian people, then you say you turn it over to your friend, then you get a special committee. It is the Liberian people, if you say for the Liberian people, give it to the superintendent. You see, but you say you're building area. We know that Dallas Dillon is building his house. We know that.
You have to laugh about these kinds of stuff. Yes, the man who's been arguing for almost 30 minutes, telling me that Thomas' father doesn't have to turn anything over to the government, but he wants.
No, but he didn't tell the Liberian people that you were paying it for the Liberian people. He didn't tell them that you were paying it free of charge. Or like Dallas Dillon, who said, but when the man was building this institution, he didn't say, we got to, let's say this thing, we got to dichotomize between the idea of Dallas Dillon and that of the Honorable Thomas Fowler. When Honorable Thomas Fowler was paying this thing, he didn't tell to say, well, I'm paying it here, I'm paying it so that
you know, I will give it to these people. No, he said he was building it so that Liberian people can benefit and they are benefiting.
The point is, before I let you go, let me just make the last statement. And first of all, I want to thank you very much for even coming on our platform. We appreciate it to engage you. But first thing is this. If you're going to go around preaching and touting Thomas Fowler's experience and his ability to bring in development, which benefit him privately, but you want to use that private position to say this is what he's going to do for you when he's elected, this is what we separate ourselves from that. Dallas Dillon issues, the way you put it, the fact that he gave it for somebody to run it or what have you, he hasn't turned it to the government. I mean, first thing is this. Is it already done? I don't know. But I'll give you all that. But thank you very much. We appreciate it. Let me take on the other people caller. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Wow. Folks, it's Friday. It's Friday. I love the young man, to be honest with you. I really do. But the point that some of the things that I position that Prince takes something I don't like is when you're talking about something on a particular subject matter, most of the young people will try then to chop the subject matter and then try to somehow connect another subject matter that have nothing to do with the conversation. So when they do that, even sedition, many of them, when you listen to their people when they're ready to speak, they put all of the adjectives together and put it out there, and then put "sao" because they don't speak big words. And this is what I'm talking about. Most of the time, Prince was on here. He couldn't actually tell us what are some of the things that Thomas Fowler, why Thomas Fowler private institution should be connected to his public profile. In other words, if he wants to be a senator, this is what I can do for you. I've done it in the past. Yes, you did it in the past to benefit you. Liberians are benefiting because they pay for the service. It's not free. But here he is. One of the reasons why he wants Dallas Dillon up. And this is what I said from the beginning. They got no reason, none whatsoever. Okay? They have no reason, none whatsoever, to say the reason why Dallas Dillon must be removed. None. Listen to this, and this is one of the mouthpiece of sedition. Listen to what he said. Dallas Dillon said he was building an institution for Zogo, but now he's turning it over to his people to run it. Listen to this. Yeah, we got work to do though. Now, if you're going to engage me, I just didn't want to push that line. But if you're going to engage me on that, what criteria that these people have been turned, the institution has been turning to them? First thing, who are Zogo? Zogo are people that have drug issues and they have other issues that demand our services. So why is it? What make you think that these people, that Dallas Dillon is turning this institution to say these are people that can provide these services? He's not asking Zoko to pay before they attend or before they move into the institution. It's different than what Thomas Fowler is doing. Thomas Fowler built the institution. And then he said, in order for the institution to help you, to impact knowledge on you, you have to pay, which is good. That's private institution. It's different than what Dallas did. I'm not here to back Dallas. Dallas doesn't back himself. He can do more. But listen to the kind of argument. These are faulty arguments. Now, many Liberians that have no clue on how to engage will accept Prince's argument to say Dallas didn't have lied to the people. Instead of you to say, okay, what was the reason was he building this? He's building it for Zoko. Who are the Zoko? Zoko are folks that have issues in Liberia, drug issue and other issues. So if Dallas Dillon is turning it over to people to run the institution, are those people, the first thing they need to do is to find out what are these people who Dallas Dillon is turning the institution, whether they have the ability to run the institution according to what is supposed to be providing for these people. And if they do, what's wrong with that? Samson told LeBron Pobrito, what's your name? Oh, it's good, the person's gone. Okay. But anyway, these are the kind of, I told you from the beginning, even before Prince came on, that they have no reason to want to dislodge Dallas Dillon. Samson told LeBron Pobrito, what's your name? Where you're calling from? What's on your mind?
Hey, Pobrito, this is Madison Cameron calling from Houston, Texas.
Thank you.
Hey, I want to say thank you for having me on the show. I just got a couple of things I was just want to clear out quickly. Number one, I always hear people saying, how they call it, you're criticizing, you should go by like bro. I want to be clear here today. So I was drinking from like bro. We didn't say no time to the US yet. We're in like bro, there was so what happened there. The come up for a minute, talk about the school in the area that when you open our school or not free or charge. Somebody actually get to do nothing. When you open an institution and you open it as private, there's no reason for profit making. If it is popular, it's going to send the popular, then you can tell it over the government. So nobody should come here and say, oh, it's that for adequate, it's little or nothing. No. I think that institution where they were teaching computer, people are paying money to go there. That's one thing. And another thing there is that the last corner said, some of are having lobbying, adequate influence and other stuff. They still lobbying influence high when they're doing anytime. They pass 66 bigger concession contracts. And they never benefit the Liberian people. But they don't talk about that. And the moment you start to talk about them on anytime, they will have problems. But now they can power, they can persecute any authorities that happen. They still will hurt. The issue about this, the general election in Liberia, is a defining moment. It's about trying to Liberian people understand their rights, and they shouldn't be beggars. You can't be the one employing people and be begging the people you employ. It shouldn't be that way. And lastly, like you said, your show is for people to call in and make their point quickly. If you want for the place every minute to come on the show, because more conditions, you get education for the show here. Especially for you when it comes to engineering and other stuff, and other background, how we can live as more people. So if you want for the place to come on the show, for me, get it by Prince Terry, so we all can come here and listen to Prince Terry. Let you have the time and speak. Because if you want to follow Prince Terry, you can go on the show too. When you get it, every time we're talking, that's why I get my own piece of advice I get to give. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Folks, people like Prince Sali, it's a young man, and I adore him, even though I don't agree with many of the things he said. But, to have a young man who engaged, even if his tactics of engagement, if it is, I consider it to be intellectually dishonest, to make some statements that are not factual, but to even be able to engage other Liberians as young as he is, folks, and all of you young people, I respect that. And people like that, I don't mind having you guys having a conversation with me. I don't mind that. And like I said, once you come out, you make some argument that don't hold water, I will point them out. So, but I enjoy Prince Sharif sometimes to have him on and have a conversation. Folks, because we don't agree doesn't mean we can't talk to each other. Let's make sure we understand that. So, but thank you, my brother. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. Okay, so let me go back to Prince Johnson's Prince Sharif argument. Now, maybe I think it's a little bit of disadvantage for Prince, to be honest with you. Samson told LeBron Pobrito, what's your name and where you're calling from? What's on your mind?
Hi, my name is Momo, calling from Lincoln, Nebraska.
Thank you for calling us.
How you doing, sir?
Thank you.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, we're listening to you.
Yeah, I just want to be a little bit educated, because sometimes I get a little bit confused when when I hear people accusing Thomas Father of stealing money to build all those stuff that he built, I want to know what are the possibilities of the lawmaker stealing. I know that there are few other.
Let me make it quick for you. This is not the platform that will be able to disabuse you on that, because I don't say those things, and I've never stated anything. The reason here is that I don't have anything to prove that somebody stole, let alone a representative. So those are not the kind of conversation that I have. Those who will come on my show to say those things, they are right on my path and say those things, they have the right to do that. But that doesn't mean this is what I believe and this is what I'm saying. Those are two different things.
Yeah,
so
I just said that because I just. Okay. Yeah, I'm coming in. I just said that before before trying to make my point. Because I know there are a few other ways that a lawmaker can steal. And I don't think like a single lawmaker can just steal from the government like that. They are not in charge of a public fund like the way other ministries, the commerce ministry, finance ministry. I know sometimes that the executive might want to pass some law. They'll bribe some of the lawmakers so that they can vote in favor of that law.
Let me help you out on this one with the statement you just made. We've heard, and of course, it went to court, and these people were found not guilty. But do you remember a Sable concession that had to do with Ellis Stallers and other people?
Yeah.
And many Liberians believe that they got some money, some kickback, and they even went to court, even though they were found not guilty. But those are the things that those are some of the reasons why many Liberians, if you ask them, they will give you some of those things as an example of their distrust. Go ahead.
Yeah. So as I was saying, there's sometimes the executive might want to bribe some of the lawmakers. It cannot just be Thomas Father alone, So if maybe few lawmakers were bribed and he decided to use his bribe money to establish a school and other businesses.
Hold on. You seem to be an intelligent person. Please don't go to where I think you want to go, because then you will be breaking your legs, and then sooner you're going to be breaking your neck. Please don't go that far. Don't go that route. I'm begging you.
Please, where you think I'm going?
Well, okay. I don't want to step ahead of you. I'm just saying, because when you start saying something that I'm hearing, then the logical conclusion will lead me to that. But I could be wrong. Go ahead and finish your point.
Yeah, I'm just saying if. I use the word if.
Okay.
So if, let's say, three other lawmakers were bribed, if you say, maybe someone for that so, and the only medium, I believe, is true, maybe the executive mansion, the executive branch of government, bribing some of them to pass some law. I think that is one means the lawmakers can be involved in stuff like that. And another means is what maybe they might allocate some funds for their district, and they might decide to divert it to their personal use. So if, for instance, the government gave the various district funding and Thomas Father diverted his own funding to build schools. So why can't we see something significant like that?
That's the area I didn't want to go. You're saying if Thomas Father, if what they say, if it is true, that Thomas Father took money and diverted, but the fact that he's using the money to build institutions in Liberia, then it should be acceptable. Is that what you're arguing?
No. That's not what I'm saying. I think if that is the case, then we should see other lawmakers in their district, something like that, something significant should be established, so they can say, I knew this fund that I was giving to the various district to establish school, but Thomas Father used it to establish his personal, entity or businesses. But we can't see that.
Okay.
So it cannot just be like Thomas Father alone was just giving money, his district was giving money, he diverted it. If he diverted it, he needed to build his university, it means the others to have used what were allocated to their district too
to establish something significant that we can say that, oh yeah, they use their own
Yes,
for something
listen,
for the public.
listen, my brother. You see, when you argue like that, this is what I want you to understand. When you come to, especially, and I don't mind saying that, on this type of platform, where you have other Liberians, you calling in, you listening to me, it doesn't mean you don't have nothing to do, but you have interest in the conversation.
Yeah.
And you want people to have a conversation with you, to be honest.
Yeah.
Now, if you're going to, there are other Liberians just like you, not that they don't have anything to do, but they have interest in the conversation and they want people to be honest.
Sir.
Now, you can't come here and say, okay, so what they're doing, we know it's wrong. But if they're wrong, if they're turning it back to be something that will benefit the Liberian people, then we should accept the wrong. You can't do that.
No, that's not what I'm actually saying. I'm just saying that, like, that is something that can be shown to be like, like as an evidence that he actually diverted a public fund, because his district alone cannot be allocated, funding, while the other districts were left.
I see what you're saying. Okay. All right.
That's what I'm saying. So that could be evidence to show, that, oh yeah, he diverted it to his personal use. That's what I'm not trying to say that, like, he's doing something like that is wrong.
So
it's right or it's wrong. That's not what I'm saying.
Let me see if I get your point correctly. In other words, if he's using whatever, say for example, they gave each district $5, and he uses his $5 to buy or to build $20 worth of something. So what is he getting that kind of money from? So that's an evidence that something else is going on.
Yeah, if he uses it for himself, the other we should see something the other district lawmakers did for the public. So we can rely on that information to say, okay, Ms. Thomas actually did something, something wrong.
Right. Okay. Thank you.
That could be the evidence.
Okay, thank you very much. We appreciate it. Folks, this is Samson to Liberian Public Radio. We're going to be here for another 5 more minutes, folks. It's 10 o'clock in the East Coast. It's Friday evening, of course, but let me see if I can read some interesting comment here. I usually try to stay away from the comments, but I want to see if I can pick up something that is interesting here. Let me don't do that. I think you guys can go and read it. You don't need for me to do that anyway. Okay. Folks, when we come out here, we're not going to make these kinds, I specifically would not make the kind of pronouncement if I don't have evidence. Not that I'm afraid, but all of these people, the Tomo Fala, the Dallas Dillon, the Dr. Weir, all of them, they got character. And these people build their character over the years. I can't just come out here and dive into somebody's character, things that I have no evidence of. I can't do that. I can't do that. And so I will be careful. And this is why I say when we criticize, we must do so with responsibility and we must do so with respect. That's always been my opening. Now let me ask Mr. George, Amos George, to come and close it for us. But thank you guys for your participation. It's been a very spirited debate, spirited engagement. We appreciate it as usual. This is Samson. Well, of course, I like to talk, but I think tonight talking is, especially coming from my nephew, who threw me a little bit off, and then I was able to get myself to find my footing and then push it back up. That's fine. But give me a call. Mr. Amos George, please give us a call and close this here. All right, so again, Samson to Liberian Public Radio. Let me entertain myself a little bit. Those of you that stay with us, we appreciate it. It's been a wonderful, wonderful time. Mr. George, if you're listening, Mr. George, please give us a call and close this thing for us. Having Prince Sherry on was very interesting too as well. So, but that's what we do. Okay, let me take Mr. George, thank you for calling. Please close it for us. Thank you very much.
Wow. Mr. Toole, many of us are not honest. And we take advantage of many Liberians. Let me first start with Mr. Sharif. Because every time Prince Sherry comes on this platform, he speaks like, when he's speaking, it's like to say the people who listen or find this program cannot reason. Of course. Because he's very dishonest.
Intellectually.
Intellectually, he's very dishonest.
Yeah.
Yeah, intellectually, he's very dishonest. He talked about all the institutions he named that Thomas Farah has built. Every institution that you build, schools, clinic, you register with the Ministry of Education. You get subsidy in return. You get subsidy. So all these schools that Thomas Farah and the other guy have built, the school he named, the clinic, they are getting subsidy from the government to run those institutions. In other words, cafeteria, convent, all these schools, they get subsidy from the government to keep the tuition at a certain level. But maybe Mr. Prince Sherry, he knows it, but he doesn't want to speak on that issue. Then he say, oh, they pay little or nothing. It is private, Sherry. It is business. And the access of business is to make profit. So, they're doing it to benefit the community. No, it is business. It is business. So, let's get that straight. You asking, since Thomas Farah being in the house, let me give you one bill that Thomas Farah has put forward. Now, there's something they always say, co-sign. Co-sign doesn't mean that that person wrote that bill. You just attach your name to it. I heard the other day, Senator was saying, Thomas Farah has co-sponsored 8 bills. Now you see how Senator, all are intellectually dishonest. But when they tell the people they live outside there, then it's, oh, the man sponsored, he co-sponsored the bill. But when you co-sponsor a bill, you just write your name. That's it. You are not contributing anything to that bill. You just sign your name on that bill. You didn't have to write it. But these are things you ask him, he could not name one. Then he go all around to connect, to bring other issues that is not even close to the topic. And that's why I say he's intellectually dishonest. Because when you addressing a certain subject, stick to that subject. But when they ask you, then you go and bring this other thing. He's going to half hour into bringing water or road to things with the second. That's not the issue. This is the distraction. Then they say, oh, these people are very level headed. See how they got can act. That's being dishonest. You try to confuse the audience. Mm-hmm. This is why he does all the time. And it's just absolutely wrong. Okay? It's absolutely wrong. You asking, Dillon. He said Dillon lie. How can you say Dillon lie? When Dillon said he received 6,000 something, and the man brought all the receipt. Someone said they received 8,000. Do Sherry know that every allowance in that house or Senate? Do you know that everybody don't get the same amount? Do you know that? Because another senator said they got 8,000, then you assume that they don't got 8,000. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. But yeah, but he came up to say that being dishonest. I is dishonest when the man displays it. As the money he got, how you explain it, he displays with it. The time of Farah you defend it, ever displays any receipt to the people of that district? No, you don't talk about that. But because you take Dillon from the University, because that Dillon is and the corruption that is going on in the place. So you want to get him out.
But when they get it, nobody will come outside to say anything. That's all. That's the crime that they have committed. And which is wrong. You're asking, Thomas Fowler is dishing money out there. You see, and he cannot tell you that it is wrong. That's one thing I say, intellectually dishonest. You know what has been said. Oh, when a man, the people write him, he comes in the community, that's the way you go about helping people. Is that helping people, Prince? To go to 5 or 10 hours, go to someone, is that helping somebody? I thought helping someone is what? Giving that person a career. That's how you help people. But for Prince, for CDC definition, that's how you help. And that's the statement that the Minister of Finance made the other day, that we must pay the legislature more money so you can go to begging. That is the statement, that was the background that the Minister of Finance was coming from to tie what some of us are doing. And your Prince already come to tell you that, oh, the man is good because he's helping people in the community. He's sharing money with people. What can a 5 or 10 hours do for someone? The person who is in the street maybe might have some bad habit, drugs or liquor or alcohol. And you take 5 or 10 hours, what are you doing to that person? You're helping to destroy that person because they're going right back in the ghetto to go and spend that money you gave them. But if you try to rehabilitate those people, to make them to be someone positive in society, to contribute positively to society by giving them some training, then of course you are helping the person. But this young man come here to tell us that's how you help the people. When you go, you give them, when you go in the community, you give back, and that's helping. That's his definition, which is absolutely wrong. And that is why some of us are saying we need to visit the election laws of Liberia. And for me, I have always stated it, that election law now, I think we should start pushing that there should be some amendment to that law, that the ruling party must appoint maybe 3 persons, the rest one come from opposition, and the rest come from some civil society to be on our election commission. We say reform, and I'm referring to. Second, we should know where all the money coming from. Whether it's dirty money, what we call, when I mean dirty money, drugs money, or what kind of money, we should know the election commission must pass, we should pass a law that every money you receive for your campaign, you should report it to the commission. And if you lie, the final, you should be prosecuted. Then I think we'll be working towards refine our democracy. Those are ideas that we should start pushing to make our democracy vibrant. Because during the action of those things, we're just wasting our time. So when we're making some of the arguments, those are the points we are going to make to people, to tell our people this is how we want the government to run. If you, Mr. Shelby, cannot tell the public, the audience, that one thing that Thomas Fowler has done in our district for public good, but all you know, he lobbied this, he used lobby power to do this. The records are there. Why Mr. Thomas Fowler cannot show us these records? Yeah, DILLON had just introduced a bill to the Senate to reduce the salary. Today it was being read on the floor. And I heard people, some level-headed people in the civil guard platform was saying that DILLON, that trash DILLON wrote. He doesn't even know. He's not supposed to, he don't know how to write a bill. But if you are making that argument, then why did this man, what he wrote not be introduced to the Senate floor? You see how deceptive we are. Because once we don't like you, anything you do good, we'll trash it down. Instead of saying, you know one thing, what a guy did or what a young man did or she did is good. Let's give some support in that. No. We're trashing it down because it did not come from us. It came from him. And this is the politics that CDC is preaching today. And I just want to leave it from a note. Today I saw a video I think KSKT, something like that. There was a lady, the guy interviewed from Basel. He asked the girl, she was edition. They all through, I know, from 2005 up to now, she was edition. But she said this time, she had gathered about 300 women. They are not going to vote for Bezos and females. And the guy asked her why. She said, Bezos got finished for 9 years here as senator. She said, Basel has 5 districts. She said, if you go to any other district, there's nothing you can point out to say when Bezos and females was senator 9 years, this is what he did in the district. She said, there's nothing. Then she said, he went as foreign minister. He served, she said, nothing he did here. Said that he promised us that he was going to build 40 rooms, some building there. He said, then he left. Not even the floor was even put down. She said, then why should I vote for him? She said, these are some of the reasons I'm saying that I have already convinced other women. She said, we are 300 in the group. We are convincing other women that we will not vote for females. We're going to vote for Naomi Kanga. I said, okay. When I listened to that tip, I said, nah. This young lady, probably she listened to some of us. Because these are the questions we should be, the electorate in Liberia should be asking these representatives. Holding them accountable for their past record before you want to go to the next position. Come and tell us, what have you done or what you did when you were at this position? Now you ask them to elevate you. Come and take stock of your records. But instead of that, what we go for is the $5 and $10. Because this is how they sit down and plan to play on the people that, hey, they're getting $5, $10, 2 cups of rest. That's it. But I'm trying to tell my people, 9 years is a very long time. 6 years is a very long time. If you don't make the right decision on December 8th, you will not be mortgaging your future, but you'll be mortgaging your children's future. So this is why I come here to tell you people, election has consequences. We or you people should not be moved by the $5 or $10. Because these people, what they're doing, the game is to rip you off. Today, all the CDC officials are all almost already running around. But why these guys cannot go to the university, on the university campus, Zion, AME, the University of Liberia, to organize an intellectual forum, to tell the youth, to tell the students, this is what I have done, and this is why I'm asking you to vote for me. Why he cannot go to the president to go on football field? Or the mayor? Okay, yeah, the team, I came here, the man had done this, he had done this, I had done this, you know, $1,000. Nobody asked them. It's not a forum to ask questions. They just go, oh, you're the man, yeah, okay, chairman, I want you to support me. You know what I've been doing here, this and that. So, it's not taking any question from anybody. So then, what you want to put a vote for? You're not telling me anything. And they are not demanding that, oh, you know what happened? You got to come and meet us this time. We want to ask you some questions. But they are not doing it. It's all about fasting our business. It's wrong. Because the precedent we're setting is not right. Because all we're saying, the message we're sending out there, once you get money, it's not for you can extend the political power. Whether you got record, or whether you qualify, or you don't have record, once you have the money, you buy your way through. And if we want to build a vibrant society or a vibrant democracy, we cannot go down that route. then what we're doing, we're destroying the democracy. And let me just close on this note. On Mr. Sharif, he mentioned something about Mr. Soul. But Sharif, and this is what I tell people, you don't know the relationship between Mr. Soul and that of Sir Joseph. According to Sir Joseph and Mr. Soul, they were in the refugee camp in Freetown. So when Mr. Soul said, I did ask Sir Joseph this question, why will you come out to say Mr. Soul was not honest? Try to do some investigation. You in the area investigating, try to do some inquiry. This is the background, because he has a personal relationship with, he knows the man. And that's why the man appeared on his show. So when he asks this question, he's not doing it he's not asking questions just in a vacuum. Now you come out to say the man was not honest. You don't even know. But that's the conclusion you are already drawing up. So you just, when you come on the platform, you just look at him as a comedian to come and entertain and just talk all night. So, Prince, I just want to tell you, go and ask by Joseph, say, where do you know Mr. Soul from? Where is the connection or relationship with you and Mr. Where you came from? And let him explain to you, then you can come up and say, oh, Mr. Soul was not honest to ask that because they come and questions. Are you the mouthpiece of Mr. Joseph? He's a senator. If you figure that Mr. Soul is asking a question, that then he can tell him, he can push back. But you come there because all is the idea, this notion is CDC. So when someone asks any member of the CDC any tough question or reasonable question that you feel that it's not reasonable, then you say, oh, the person is not honest. So, Sherry, good night Friday. But do some homework.
Thank you.
And we have to continue the conversation.
Thank you. Thank you.
We're
going to continue with the voting stuff. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Again, the only reason why I didn't even mention Mr. Soul stuff because I know who Mr. Soul is. Prince Sherry know who Mr. Soul is. So he's one of the person that don't take stupid people. He doesn't play with me. I'm who the older brother. So let alone, I'm not even gonna get in between. Mr. Soul can defend himself well, but I think Sherry sometimes. When you come to like Mr. George said, when you come to these kinds of gathering, be careful how you throw words around. But I think Mr. Soul Mr. Soul relationship with that aside, just I can't step inside, so I'm not going to worry about it. But thank you guys, thank you very much. Thank you guys, we appreciate it. Those of you that continue to follow us, thank you. Even if you don't agree with us, the mere fact that you've been here with us from the time we started, that means you enjoy the topic and you enjoy the conversation, and we appreciate you as well. Thank you guys. Please continue to turn into us. We will continue to be truthful and bring in some insightful information that will stimulate your mind and stimulate your conscience, because you are a Liberian. Everything that is happening in Liberia, it has to do with you. You're still connected. You're still connected. The day you see my daughter in the chair start broadcasting, then you know my side of connection a little bit going off track. Okay, but right now we're still connected. Liberia is our home, and we all want to get to that shiny hill. But how we get there, it's always been an issue. And that's what we're fighting for. Not fighting, but that's what we engage in each other for. How do we get to that? We know we want to get to the shiny hill. There's no question asked. Nobody, none of us will come out and say, no, we like the position we're in. We're not going to go. They're not going to argue that. Everybody wants to get to that shiny hill. Well, how do we get there? It's a tricky question. And I will say, let us continue to engage. Let us don't behave like crabs. The crab, when they put it in the bucket, they start bringing each other down. Liberia, let's provide ladder. You climb up, you survey the entire situation, and then bring up for safety. then you bring other people up, then they bring other people, then they bring other people. Before you know, we're going there. Little by little, we will get there. Okay? I hate to do this because I'm closing. Let me take this. This is my last caller. Mr. George, I'm sorry about that, but this is the last caller. Samson told LeBron Puerto Rico, you're my last caller, and please make it brief. I'm getting ready to close it, please.
Okay, Mr. So, thank you so much for allowing me. My name is Ansu Dualu. I'm actually calling from Boston, Massachusetts. Let's just make it very brief, and I'll be very brief. I have to understand, you've been saying a lot of things. A lot of time I listen to your show. I will not call in, but I follow very closely. Our democracy has to grow. The issue of people going around and campaigning without a message or without a vision, it has to stop. There must be debate amongst these candidates. The Honorable Thomas Fowler and the likes of DILLON, they have to come, sit down, have a conversation, and tell us their vision. We cannot just be going around with fixing roads, and we all know how the roads are being fixed. We know it's a quick impact project that's not going to last. It's campaign oriented. We have to stop this. And I will encourage you, Mr. Soul, there's a paper out there. It's called The Exceptionalism of Senator Abraham DARIUS DILLON. This is his vision. And I hope I can read something like that coming from Honorable Thomas Fowler to know where he stands. It's something we can talk about. But this democracy has to grow. It cannot be based on the sentiments that we put forth. We have to have substance to it. If somebody disagrees with you, it doesn't necessarily mean they hate you personally. But we have to develop the country in the direction that we all want. And if that means somebody gets angry in the process, so be it. But we have to do it for Mother Liberia. And thank you so much for allowing me, Mr. So.
Thank you. But let me ask you a favor, though. Since I'm in the process of trying for people to utilize their voting process effectively and be able to ask questions, and you just mentioned something about Honorable DILLON's paper, can you forward me that? S okay. As in Saint, T as in Thomas?
I will send it to your inbox right away.
Okay, all right, okay. What inbox you mean in terms of text area?
Well, I will send it to, if you want me to text it to this number that I'm calling, I can do that as well. But I will go to the show messenger and I'm going to send it in there and you can just read it directly. Click on the link and just go there.
Okay, all right. You can go to, that's what I'm getting ready to give you. Let me text you the email and then you can send it to me.
Okay. Thank you.
All right?
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, folks, that's my last caller. Let me get the number off so you know we're not taking any more call. But thank you guys. Thank you. It's a wonderful, wonderful thing to have. Okay. Okay. We will continue to do this. We will continue to talk about voting process and how it's important to vote. You heard this last caller. And many young Liberians, educated young Liberians, just like many of you, they're frustrated. Nothing coming to them for them to hang their hat on. You know how frustrating it is? Some people spend 6 years to get their degree. Some people spend 8 years to get their degrees. And all that time when you're young, the energy level is going through the roof. And when you have the opportunity to have people, young people just like yourself, engaging each other, and there's nothing you're reading to make sense of it. This is not right. People like Thomas Fowler, they're educated. Help us up. Engage. You and that, even if you don't agree with it, you have conversation, public conversation. Let people ask you questions. Not always coming Saul. This, it's too much. Anyhow, folks, let me leave it as it is. Yeah, you see there? Yeah, the other man, they are feeling praising him, calling me Papi already. He wants to start trouble now. Let me call him. Let me end it on him. Let me call this man with his conservative view. Let me call him. The last 57 people, you're coming to enjoy yourself. Let me call this man. Let me call him. with his conservative view. He thinks people are just going to go ahead and let him run all over this place. Let's see. I want to engage him for maybe 1 or 2 minutes, folks. I hope he pick up my call. I hope he pick up my call because he's coming here again on my show. They're trying to bring his conservative ideas. I'm a liberal progressive, and he's not ready to. He's not going to pick up. Okay, let's leave it as that. He's not going to pick up. All right. Okay, folks. Samson told LIBERIA'S Public Radio. I want to thank all of you. No, I'm very serious now. Thank all of you. Thank you guys very much. We appreciate it. It's been a wonderful, wonderful evening. And please, okay, he's calling. Mr. So.
Hello?
Mr. So. Yeah, Mr. Yeah. So. You're on LIBERIA'S Public Radio.
So, what is it, man? Are you not still going to bear yet? Look,
not bad time business. Yeah. Go ahead.
Well, I think there's one thing that I disagree with you to suggest, and that's where you and I were quick to fall apart. Our honeymoon usually don't last. To suggest that DILLON, Senator Darius DILLON, perhaps is doing the right thing, so on the basis of that, nobody should contest. Come on, SAMSON. It is not total republic. It is the Republic of Liberia. That I don't know where you come from with that aspect. I disagree with you. That's your opinion. I respect that. And I think this sort of civil conversation is good. And Prince, Mr. Sherry has a right to disagree with me, but he doesn't understand where I was coming from. And that's the problem. I've always had both even supporters, surrogates of the governments and out of the opposition. Their inability to just articulate the real visions of the candidates or those people that they support. Before I go out to share somebody's vision or explain about person, I must be able to study. Now, he was, I didn't say Stomafala has not been doing things. I am only saying his action to distribute money, in such a volatile political season, it is absurd. He's building school, whether his own private school, but I see it as a development, good initiative. So why can't he count on those things that he's doing? Like he said, the 72nd Boulevard, all of that, if it is his influence, why can't he count on those things that are concrete, that are not abstract? He doesn't have to go and gather people to give them $5, $10, and that's what I wanted you to have asking what it means for the true definition of humanitarian. What is the true meaning of humanitarian? How does he understand the word humanitarian? And he kept doing humanitarian. That's what I really wanted to ask him. But if he knows very well there are some concrete things Representative Fala is doing, those are the things he should count on. And those are the kind of things I want Representative Fala to say, okay, look, I am a representative for so. Look at this. Point at the things. Let the people see it because they are physical. If that's what he's doing, to see it. And we can ask him the question as well. Where are these people taking all of these monies from that they are even doing all of these things here? What were their own financial standing before? Or are they using government resources? I know he's occupying a very powerful position in the representative, the committees that he chairs. So, of course, in a ruling party, it all happens all over the world. But I can't point out to you things that you can do so that you will set yourself apart from your opponent. You don't have to give people, you don't have to ration money out like people, in the development days in refugee camp. We all in the queue there and got to wait for 1 or 2 cups. I mean, that's it. But again, I think the conversation was well. But your idea to get out there and say, Thomas, why Abraham Dollar, why are they contesting? It is ridiculous and something to you.
Mr. So.
It's not total republic. It is the Republic of Liberia.
Mr. So.
Who are you? Give me a break. I'm coming. I will give you a chance. I was out of your show. You decided to call me, and so just get a taste of me now so you will go to bed, sound sleep. Well, tomorrow is Saturday. Don't worry. You're not going to work tomorrow. That I know. All right? So, don't come on our network. I know you are liberal, and that's the problem I consistently continue to have with you. You take yourself, insert yourself into the people problem, and you come out here to tell us here because you first of all, you are a Liberty partisan. So I see if I'm outside of the war, I will see you are dragging Liberty Party into LPR because Darius DILLON is your partisan. So because Darius DILLON, you claim that he's doing all the good that he's doing now. So no any other Liberian on planet Earth from any other party to contest for the senatorial seat.
Mr. So, let me disabuse you. If you don't mind, let me disabuse you. And this is what I'm going to tell you. No, you hold on. You can't get this. You cannot come on my show. Mr. So, you cannot come on my show and try to dominate on my show. That's not going to work. I'm a liberal progressive.
I was out of your show. You decided to call me.
I called you because I want to give you a little education. Now,
there is no education here.
Yes, it is.
You are drilling, and we will not sit down here to drill for you to drop LPR into your Liberty Party corridor. You give me a chance.
Liberia is a village.
You are giving
Liberia is a village. And if Darius DILLON is doing good, then Darius DILLON should be left alone. Simple.
What is the definition? What is the definition? What is the definition Darius DILLON is doing good? What is the definition of Darius DILLON is doing good?
What planet are you living on? What planet are you living on? Darius DILLON is the man.
What makes him the man?
Darius DILLON promised us what he's going to do, and he continued to do it. Darius DILLON continued to educate us what is happening in Liberia. Mr. So, Darius DILLON, because of your conservative idea, don't accept it. He's giving you an education, and you should appreciate. In fact, you should beg Darius DILLON to stay in office. I say so.
You know what? And you are Liberty partisans. I interviewed Darius DILLON almost 2 years ago. I asked George Lobo to bring Darius DILLON back. I have extended an invitation to Darius DILLON since you are his partisan, and you are saying that Darius DILLON is the guy who, quote unquote, is the only person. So for this reason, you are giving. Do you think it's some sort of money?
DILLON, what have you done wrong to deserve this kinds of attack? What have Mr. DILLON done to the Liberian people to deserve this kind of attack? Mr. DILLON continued to educate us. Mr. DILLON continued to expose the ills of the society. Why don't you appreciate that?
I don't appreciate anything. You are only simply telling me just how you guys took Charles Walker Bronsky and crowned him as the only person to manage the affairs of the Liberty Party today. That's what you're trying to do now. Darius DILLON is the only senator. He's doing good, so nobody. So if you think you're going to sit down on LPR wing and SAMSON and dance and play all your crown music, whatever it is, and think you want to bring Darius DILLON to drag into the corridor, and you think we're going to look at you to walk free here,
Mr. So, you have no choice but to appreciate Honorable DILLON. And in fact, you should be singing a song. You should be singing a song. You should be singing a song praising Darius DILLON for educating the Liberian people and exposing the ills in the society.
Why are you bashing sedition? When you hear now blowing the trumpet of Darius DILLON, when you're trying to undermine democracy, to tell other people not to contest because you feel your partisan
you people want Darius DILLON out because he continued to shine the light of the ills of the society. Why would you not appreciate that?
Where is the light? This is a man who just put a political bill here just to gain political relevance.
Look at this. The man is doing his job. Look at you. The man is on the football field and he scored. The man is on the football field. He scored. Then he said, why he scored? He cheated or he was offside? The ref didn't call offside. He scored. What do you mean by that? What do you mean by he made a bill? This is the bill to reduce the salary of the people. When
last you talk to economists to say, okay, just only so you just look at one aspect, reduce the salary. That's all. That's what's gonna build the country GDP.
I won't be surprised if you've been having on the side conversation with Samuel Tuer. I won't be surprised. I won't be surprised. I will not be
There you go.
surprised if you've been hiding some sort of a connection with Samuel Twain. Dallas Dillon is telling you, we, the senator, and those of us that are here, don't deserve this kinds of money. Why Liberian people are suffering? Then we're going to be getting this kinds of money.
Bring me on your video because you're there growing like a wild geese now. Bring me on the screen on the video. Let me face you so we will look at one another, an eye to one eye, and let's see whether you're going to have a good sleep tonight. It's a disgrace for you to tell people because I'm completely beat.
I'm already beat up. I'm already beat up.
Are
you
you
know
serious?
I can take you
Please,
on anytime.
you need to stop that. You need to stop. This is the same thing. You are one of those who gave the Liberty Party a premature death by only saying only Charles Walker Bronsky to be the only person. You are trying to raise another Charles Walker Bronsky because you
know much about Liberty Party.
That Darius Dillon.
I know
I don't even want to know about it because
Charles Bronsky was not running Liberty Party as an individual. Everything Charles Bronson did, it was discussed with the leadership, and I was part of the leadership. I know about it.
That's how your planter to be. He was the only, and this is part of the problem. This is the problem. You all fail to build a structure, and this is why your Liberty Party now is running, is in desperation as well. And now,
did you not hear what Amos just stated a few minutes ago? That people in Baza saying they're not going to vote for Bazagan. The guy you sent over there, secretly sending him over there, thinking he's going to win. He's not going to win.
Don't bring Pa Joy here. You're not a friend to Pa Joy. Don't bring Pa Joy is just a contributor. He tells
Pa Joy is a conservative. I'm a liberal. Two of you together. I can take over your own at any time. I'm a liberal.
All right. Join means Sunday I'm going to be hosting the ANC Secretary General. Councilor Elisha Stowe going to be my guest. And please do me a favor. I want to talk to Senator Darius Dillon. I want to talk to Nyombi Kanga. I'll reach out to them. Probably you are one of those who telling these people not to come because you have the tendency when people bring in people, you don't want people to
have a dialogue with them. You want them to come on so that you will preach CDC message. We're tired with CDC message. We're here now ready to talk about the future of Liberia. You people, you're not taking us anywhere. We're not going to accept that.
You are a complete embarrassment to the state.
That's right. You almost call me enemy of the state, and that's what you'll do. But thank you. Thank you. We'll take it up. I'm tired tonight. I'll let you go. We'll take it up another time. Thank you very much.
And please, be careful. Be careful. Election, it is not over until it is over. I say over and over, I do not trust the Liberian electorate. Anything can happen. DJ Ball Blue is a zero factor in Maserati. So you don't sit down here and be blowing the trumpet of Darius Dillon, T5, T20, and all of that. Anything can happen. Moravians voters, Liberian voters are unpredictable. Just sit down and be putting yourself here, divine money.
I hope Liberia in Maserati County will do us a favor and keep Darius Dillon. Because Darius Dillon does not deserve what he's getting.
Right.
Darius Dillon
he needs to run a campaign. He did well the last time around because CDC did not understand the political field. They decided to put on an unfamiliar candidate who to establish the identity of the candidate itself is a problem. It took time for voters to know who the candidate was, and all of that factor in. And Darius Dillon, who was already, in the public there, it makes it much easier to establish the identity. And that was one of the things they put for us. So
but you agree with me, with all due respect, sir, you will agree with me that Darius Dillon has opened the mind of many, many young Liberians when it comes to politics in Liberia.
I'm a realist. I'm not a sycophant. I'm not a hypocrite like you. Darius Dillon, he has made a considerable effort, but he needs to grow mature as a politician.
What did he do that is not mature?
Okay, hold on.
What did he do that is not mature?
Listen, he cannot act like a little chihuahua all over the place and insulting a lawmaker. At the end of the day, it's about the piece of legislation that you're going to produce. So if he's unable to work with other people in his party and out of his party and began to call their names that he cannot produce any bill, any tangible legislation to say, yeah, this is through the initiative of Darius DILLON. He must be
Mr. So,
persuasive. He has the
you should
position
know,
already. But you are the guy.
know better.
You are the
know
guy
who
that
you
are driving him.
You think the kind of thing? Let me speak the real Liberian English. You, Afonso, that I know, the kind of thing Darius DILLON can tell from the people. You ever? And then we can't see people throwing witty all over the place. That you, Senator, the kind of thing they do, they will do. People able to do it to you. They're fighting all day. That you will take what Darius take it.
Now you're being judgmental because I don't
I'm
give you the pathway.
I'm just
want to abuse
Darius DILLON. They kind of abuse Darius DILLON. Nobody will do that thing to you. That's for sure. I know who you are.
He's a political leader. This is where his political strength needs to come from. That's why she gave him the courage. If he's a strong political leader, it all happens over the world. He needs to build like he should start calling people names. He needs to have, in order for him to
when we win the election, when we win the election, after Dillon win the election, you can come and lecture. We'll listen to you then.
Well,
until then,
maybe he likes me to be in Monrovia, by the grace of God. I hope this whole freaking virus thing go away. Probably when we're in Liberia again, probably he likes to have an interview in Liberia. I won't mind. I will go there to sit with him, unless you intrude into here and say, "Oh, don't let this guy go there," because that's your behavior.
Well.
That's
I'm not going to allow my. Excuse me.
You see there, God trying to strangulate you. They're trying to strangulate you now because you are not in the interest of the Liberian people. You telling people not to contest.
First thing, I'm going to Liberia. Well, I'm not going to let my good Kennedy like Darius DILLON to be entrapped. It ain't happening.
Oh, there you go.
So,
all right. I wish you luck. Go ahead, Mr. Liberty Party.
Thank you. Thank you for recognizing my talent.
Bye-bye.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. So. Thank you. Again, folks, this is SAMSON told Liberian Public Radio, who has gone over his time, way above the time allowed for. So I apologize for other people perhaps that's supposed to come on and do their program. But this is Liberian Public Radio with spontaneous. I mean, things just boom, 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 boom happen like that. So thank you very much. On a very serious note, Mr. So is my little brother, and we have some serious argument, just like you hear here. That's what we do most of the time. We talk 24 hours. As soon as I finish here, as soon as I go in the room there, I call him, and we have another connection with Mr. Nathaniel Craig. So 3 of us are going to be on again. Hey, they say, we're not going to leave you until tomorrow morning. This is what we do. So again, folks, thank you very much for tuning in. This is Liberian Public Radio. We want to thank all of you. Good night, folks. I'm tired now. Good night.